Initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Every journey begins with a step. An idea, a vision. At Shepherd University, you'll join a journey that began over 100 years ago and is still going strong. Make your ideas into something real and transform your vision into opportunity. 79 fields of study surrounded by over 300 acres of pristine West Virginia, close to Washington, D.C. Start your journey here. Shepherd University. Don't just dream, do.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
All right, Dwayne. I'm Brandon Ashford with Home Team Sports TV. We've got Dwayne Grantham, number 3 for the Shepherd Rams, taking on Slippery Rock tomorrow at noon. How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm excited. I'm very anxious. You know, I want to go out there and play right now if I could,
Yeah.
And I'm just, I love the playoff atmosphere, especially being at home. It plays a big factor in these, you got a lot of good teams going at it. So you never know, it's a battle all the way down to the wire. So the quarter is 0. And that's the most thing I like, referring back to high school, all the blowout games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Getting out at halftime really wasn't fun, but it gets to the playoffs and you're in college and stuff like that. It's everybody as good as you, it's all a dog. Who's better than who, so I'm excited.
Hey man, like you said, going back to high school, I got to see you grow up from the Browns to high school. So, I'm proud of you and what you're doing. You did great things on the high school level, but you're doing exceptional things at the college level too. So, I've been a fan for a long time, still a fan, and definitely like watching you play. So got a couple questions that have come in from, different people with Home Team Sports that we'll get into. The first one is, I know you're excited, man, but what is a challenge that Slippery Rock brings that maybe some of these other teams and, you've played this year that they bring a little differently?
Slippery Rock brings a lot of dynamic different backs, that's one thing they do. Got a lot of speed. They use a 5'10", 170-pound sophomore named Chris Dior. They use him in a lot of speed packages out of the backfield. Will motion them into the slot, so they're very versatile back there. Then they got a big running back, number 23. He's very downhill, get at you, run down, and then they got another big bully back, number 41, that I went to Lackawanna with, 235, 6'1", that'll get downhill too, can move.
Man, your scouting report, don't you?
So they're very, very versatile box-wise, and I think very offensively sound line-wise. They got their left side is first team All-State, so I think that's their strength running-wise. They like to run inside zone there. They like to run split zone there, and they like to run zone weak. So
it's going to be a big day for them linebackers, man.
Yeah, definitely. We got
what gets you most excited about a game like this against Slippery Rock?
A lot of times it's just knowing guys that I've played with on both sides of the ball, So I think that makes it the most fun, being able to play with both sides, coming from Martinsburg, and I got Tyson, Todd Lucas, Matt Benarski, Christian Slack, them guys. And then, coming from Lackawanna, I got guys over there on that side too. So I think it's fun because I'm on my home team side, and on their home team side, and we're basically battling it out in the playoffs. So I think that's what makes it the most fun, man, just playing against guys that you know.
Yeah, well, hey, man, you brought it up. People want to know what it's like playing with, your high school teammates and, Tyson and Matt and Ty and Christian Slack. And, I mean, you didn't get to play with Malachi Brown, but he's there as well at ex-Martinsburg Bulldogs. So what is that like playing with your high school teammates? And do you feel like that has anything to do with, your success at the college level as well?
Oh, yeah, I definitely think that played a big factor. It also played a big factor in my decision coming back home from Lackawanna. It was like a family tradition at Martinsburg, and I know you went there, Brandon. So you being there, you should know like the love and stuff that they show. And I think that plays a big factor coming over here because, them guys really push me a lot in the off season and stuff like that to work. There's a different type of love, a different type of bond. When we're on the field, we really push each other 10 times harder, So that plays a big factor. So they really keep me going. And, being with Tyson, and he's just a leader. So he always showed me to lead by example. So, he does that on the offensive side, and I try to do that on the defensive side.
Well, hey, man, you kind of answered a couple questions for me all right there. But one question I'd like to ask, because, outside of Tyson, you're essentially – you're a hometown hero as well up there, Shepherd. You got little kids that saw you play in high school, and now they're watching you at the collegiate level. So what is it like essentially being, a hometown hero?
I just love West Virginia. I love the atmosphere. I love the crowd. One thing about West Virginia that's positive, if anything, in this region, county, whatever, I'm saying, state, I just love the fans that they bring for football around here, man. They really bring it. They really bring it. So it's just, and it's a pleasure playing at home because, you got a lot of people rooting for you, You got a lot of hometown people that watch you grew up and from high school to little league, all that. So it's like, it's just a pleasure. They always been rooting for you since you was six years old playing football.
Well, see, and that's something that is awesome for you is because you have a lot of your high school fans coming to watch you at the next level. And I know they love watching number 3. I know you were number 3 in high school. Now you were number 3 now. So, there's a lot of people that come just to, watch you Martinsburg kids at Shepherd. So, and you guys are a big reason why, I love helping out home team sports for these Shepherd games because I really get to analyze, great football, but also ex-Martinsburg football players as well. So tell us what practice has been like this week. Are you guys locked in?
Oh, yeah, I think we had a great practice this week. Yeah. I feel like everybody was locked in Monday through Friday. Everybody showed up on time. Everybody was together at meetings. We were really locked in this week, focused, because we know every week ahead is, win or go home. So, and we're not trying to be one of them teams. We're trying to get to that national championship. That's what our goal was from day one. So,
well, see, I think that's kind of become the standard for Shepherd. Just like it was at Martinsburg, the standard was we're playing for a championship every year. And that's where Shepherd is now. They were really good when I was in school, made that run to the national championship. And, you guys are doing something that not a lot of people get to do. And you're doing it against better competition now with being in the PSAC. So that's something that is awesome to see. Back to, staying focused. Like you said, everybody's focused this week, but somebody like you being from this part of
welcome to Ram Stadium, where Home Team Sports TV is broadcasting live, providing you with Division II playoff football between the 11-1 Shepherd Rams versus the 10-2 Slippery Rock, The Rock, no mascot. And this is going to be a game for the ages where we have 2 great defenses, 2 great quarterbacks and offenses going against each other. My name is Akeem Holmes, broadcasting live with my co-host, Brandon Ashenfelter. And Brandon, we spoke a lot in our production about these 2 teams. One thing that I provided was that Slippery Rock always gets off the fast starts.
Yes, they do.
They have outscored their opponents 215 to 77 in the first half. So it will be, without a doubt, extremely important for Shepherd to be able to get off and match that quick start, that quick energy.
Yeah. Well, and we touched on this a little bit. Shepherd's not really a first-half football team either. They usually start pretty slow, so they got to turn that around today. But we also touched on that they don't need to overwhelm themselves. They need to just go out and play Shepherd football. There might be some miscues from both sides to start off, because look at this atmosphere, man. There might be some nerves and jitters going on with some of these players, but hopefully they all show up and put on a show for everybody, in the stands and at home watching the home team. So,
and the series right now, Slippery Rock owns the 4-2 advantage over Shepherd, with the last game being in 2019, in which Slippery Rock was able to beat our Shepherd Rams 51-30. So Shepherd would definitely like to avenge that loss and to be able to kind of even this series out just a little bit more. But to do that, they're going to have to stop the explosive offense of Noah Grover,
yes,
Chris Dior, Isaiah Williams, and Kyle Sheets from Slippery Rock.
Well, see, and that's something that, we talked about that Kyle Sheets guy. He's a matchup problem, for everybody. You're 6'4", 220,
Yes.
and looks the part, man. We were watching him in warm-ups, and, it's awesome to see him back for this type of football game. And then you have, Chris Dior. I was watching a little bit of film on that guy, and he can move.
Yes.
He's got the breakaway speed. He's got the wiggle. He can, his vision is there. So, but I honestly think I'm highlighting the defensive and offensive lines for this game, because I truly believe that if Shepherd can stop number 8, obviously he anchors that defensive line for Slippery Rock, DJ Adewara. If they can stop him and contain the other guys, Shepherd's going to have a big day, because that's one thing. Tyson, he likes sitting in that pocket, scanning the defense and, making the right read. So if you get his feet moving a little bit faster than what he wants, just put a little bit of pressure on him. Obviously, that's what opposing teams try to do with Tyson. But that offensive line's done a great job this year in keeping him, protected. So I just think, as a football junkie like myself, the game atmosphere today and just these two football programs going at it, it's just going to be electric, man. I just cannot wait for it. What we have, 2 minutes left?
And Shepherd has won the toss and elected to defer, so we will see Shepherd's defense on the field first versus that explosive offense in Slippery Rock. And Slippery Rock has only lost 2 times this year.
Yep.
They lost 20-12 to IUP, the team who did beat our Rams, and they lost 23-21 to Kutztown. So they had a very challenging schedule this season. So they're definitely war ready. They're definitely prepared for the talent level that they're about to face in the Shepherd University Rams. And I just cannot wait to see which team comes out initially and allows their emotion to be a positive and productive for them to be successful and put some points on the board, or take advantage of maybe Slippery Rock being a little overly emotional, might get an early turnover and convert those into points.
That would be awesome, man. I know this right here, whether you're on kick return or kickoff for Shepherd, this sets the tone. Yes. This first hit of the game is when all those jitters and nervousness, it leaves. So I think that, we're getting ready to kick off here. I'm excited. These fans are excited. I know these players are ready to go, Keem. So it's a great day for college football.
It's beautiful outside. We've been setting up since 8 in the morning, and at 8 o'clock in the morning, it was cold.
Man.
It was freezing
turned
cold.
Around now.
And it's definitely turned around. And look at this atmosphere.
Slippery Rock brought some fans, man. They brought some fans too, Keem.
Both sides. And special teams is my key to the game.
Looks like we got number 30.
Kick off the Slippery Rock. This would be number 80, the wide receiver.
80. Oh, man.
Jawan Hall. He gets to the outside, and Slippery Rock will take over at the 38-yard line. And you get to see some of that speed from Slippery Rock right now. And Jawan Hall who is actually a 6'1", 180-pound sophomore from Monaca, Pennsylvania, and Lackawanna.
Man.
Lackawanna has turned out so much talent for Division II football and Division I.
Man, and they send some guys everywhere, man. You hear Lackawanna in a lot of these rosters nowadays, but here we go, Keem. This is what I've been waiting for. I'm going to keep my eye on number 3 and see what he does here.
And Slippery Rock comes out 2-by-1 with a running back to his left. He sends a tight end in motion. Dummy count. The short throw to Kyle Sheets, and that's a quick 7-yard gain.
And I like the offensive coordinator calling a play call the first play of the game, because just let your quarterback get in a groove. Let him get that first throw out of the way. Because as a quarterback, once that first throw is completed, that's whenever it's game time. That's whenever everything just starts to fall into place and those nerves leave. So,
and you get to see how they're going to defend you as well. So another 2-by-1, send the tight end to the motion to the right. Running back to his right. The inside handoff to Chris Dior, and he has an open hole in the middle.
Man.
And he is with the first down, Slippery Rock at the Shepherd Rams 48-yard line. So 2 plays, 14 yards for Slippery Rock, and a first and 10, the Rock.
And I think that's just what Slippery Rock, man. They have so many athletes, and they can beat you in a variety of different ways. So Shepherd's defense has to come ready to play.
So we had a bunch trips.
Runner, yeah.
We see a bunch trips to the left side, and we see a quarterback draw or quarterback sweep. I suppose
we got someone injured
to
already,
the outside. And we also have highlighted how important the line play on both sides of the ball will be. Number 79 for Slippery Rock, Sawyer Morgan,
like
the 6'1", 310-pound center for Slippery Rock.
Got a little pistol formation.
Send the tight end in motion. 2-by-1 set.
Get the ball.
He fumbles the ball.
See, and that's what Shepherd has to capitalize on, plays like that, man. They have to get on the ground and get that. Because, that experienced quarterback, he's not going to let too many of those happen. So
yeah. And I think that the team that can be most productive on a short field, we'll have a better chance of putting points on the board versus these two elite
This
defenses.
is a huge down right here, Keem. Huge down. You have to get off the field.
So Gavin Barnes, wide receiver, comes in. There will be a trips to the right, 3-by-1, with Kyle Sheets singled up at the bottom.
And I think they like this matchup here, Keem. I think if you're a quarterback, you go ahead and take your man. It's going to 3-by-shot. Pick.
And a little bit overthrown for number 1, Cohen Russell, and Shepherd will get their first stop of the game.
They need that. They need that, because now let's go ahead and put an offensive possession together and put some points on the board, and then you have all the momentum in the world. So,
and you being a quarterback, Brandon, how much does the initial emotion and excitement of the game impact your first few throws?
Man, it definitely impacts it, like we just talked about, man. Once you complete that first pass, though, the jitters, they leave. I know, I had the pleasure of being around Tyson in high school, coaching him up a little bit. He's the type of kid that was nervous before the game. That's a good kick for Shepherd, isn't it?
Pretty decent kick for Shepherd. The ball goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line, so that was a 10-yard punt for Slippery Rock. And going back to what we just spoke about, that last throw was a little high.
Yeah.
And some of that could be, the pressure of Shepherd, and some of it could just be a little bit of the excitement that you just don't expect to see that throw in the third quarter of the game.
Well, and I think that guy, he's so experienced that he's probably on the sideline right now just watching that. Obviously, his release was a little high, but he didn't have anything else involved but the arm. So, once he realizes that and he starts following through on his throws and really getting his hips involved, that'll change some things.
The Shepherd comes out 3-by-1.
Ronnie Brown.
Inside handoff to Ronnie Brown and a gain of 3 yards for Shepherd.
See, and I think they need to get him going early, Keem, because then that just opens up so much more for Tyson. Because then whenever you have that threat at running back and you have to stop him, and then you have somebody in the caliber of Tyson, leading the way, that just makes everything easier.
But the weather turning definitely bodes well for Shepherd, to continue to allow Tyson to open up as much as he was able to do earlier in the season when the weather was a little bit better. So they see a bunch 3-by-1. Send Ronnie Brown out in motion, so now it will be an empty set.
And this is where
Bajan takes the snap. He scans the field.
Great ball.
That's a great ball to number 87 for Shepherd.
And Brian Walker is a threat as well. He's a tight end that really does it all, which is awesome.
But look at how calm and collected Tyson was in that pocket. That is amazing offensive line play. He was able to scan the field without any pressure to make that pass to Brian Walker for a 1st and 10 at midfield.
And look,
so
we
a
got
tight 3-by-1.
We got Joey Fisher and DJ Adewara going at it too, which is an awesome matchup. Oh,
And the ball was slightly behind the Shepherd receiver, number 81, Cameron Dorner. And those were it's a similar play to earlier when Noah, when he fumbled.
Yeah.
That ball deflected in the air a little bit.
that's scary right there, man.
And you've seen the play last night. I was watching the NC State game in North Carolina, and a guy jumped up in the air and then dove forward and was able to catch the ball before it hit the ground.
Yeah.
So these defenders are becoming so athletic and opportunistic. Look at the shell defense for Slippery Rock.
I think he's going to have, there he is. Great ball, good
great
catch.
ball by Tyson Bagent to number 1, E.J. Morgan. And it'll be a 1st and 10 Rams.
And you know, Keem, back to that drop ball by number 81, he's only a freshman, man.
Yeah.
So I think that might play a part in that as well. You know, being a freshman on this type of stage, man, I know he's got to have some nerves, but just being a freshman out there starting for Shepherd at wide receiver is a testament to that type of player. So
tight end goes on to the line. Now we have a 2-by-1 with Ronnie Brown to his left. Tyson Bagent scans the field. He takes the handoff, inside handoff to Ronnie Brown.
Man. Get upfield.
And Ronnie Brown gets up the field, and it would be a gain of 9.
And did you see Joey Fisher there, Keem? Goodness. And that's a matchup that I want to highlight for everybody at home. If you want to see two great football players go at it, watch Joey Fisher and DJ Adewara.
And as being ex-athletes and football players, what is the way to wear down a pass rusher? Run at him.
Yeah, you have to.
You run at that pass rusher, and you use his aggression against him. And that's what Shepherd did on that play right there. They was able to gain 9 yards. So it'd be a 2nd and 1. And right now you would look at Shepherd maybe taking a shot, knowing that they only need
I like
yards.
Marlon Cook here. And
the shell defense, and he takes that shot. You put the running back in the slot. Yeah. He runs past the linebacker and touchdown, a whole herd of Rams.
And that's awesome for them. And I said Marlon Cook. I guess that was number 83, Daryl Harper out there for Shepherd. But, yeah, Ronnie Brown, we talked about him before the game. He's the type of kid that just gives you all of those, aspects of football in one player. He can catch it. He can run it. He'll return kicks. He's a great football player. Shepherd needs to go out and get another stop, Keem, and put Slippery Rock on their heels. So,
and you got to see Slippery Rock has run a little bit of a shell defense.
Yeah.
And the Rams were able to get down to the seams. And you know how you put pressure in those 2D situations where you send all verticals.
Yeah.
And you make that safety decide whom he's going to cover. And he better hope that his other compadres are able to match the speed.
Well, just watching Tyson there, too, obviously I can't see his eyes, but I could tell by the way his head was moving that he really showed them eyes one place and knew Ronnie was going to be where he threw it. So
yes, and you got to see, and this is quarterback speak, that the layered drill. He was able to get the ball over both levels.
Yeah.
And to make that pass, because that's not an easy pass.
Not at all.
To throw the ball over top of a safety and obviously the linebackers who are dropping and getting depth on defense.
Yeah.
So that layered drill that your quarterbacks run, you got to see how important that drill is for him to be able to perfectly put that pass on Ronnie Brown to hit him in stride.
And that's one thing about Tyson is, and I think NFL scouts are seeing it now, is that he can really make every throw.
Yes.
So he's an awesome quarterback to watch, man.
So with 10 minutes,
squib it.
With 10 minutes and 16
go get it,
go
get it. There it is.
He almost lost the ball a little bit
job,
as well.
Shep. Yeah.
But with 10 minutes and 16 seconds left, Shepherd leads Slippery Rock 7-0. Both teams have had possession once. Slippery Rock got into Shepherd territory but was stopped. A pretty porous punt, a 10-yard punt, allowed Shepherd to take over at the 35-yard line. And 65 yards later, Shepherd has a 7-0 lead.
Keem, how can you not be excited in this atmosphere, though? Do you see them Shepherd fans over there, man? They are excited as ever.
Yeah, and Shepherd, their fans are very loyal.
They are.
This is one of the greatest atmospheres you could have in
pass
D2.
Again, number one. He's a shifty guy, too.
He's fast, but Shepherd is on it.
Shepherd's playing fast today, man. I love to see it. I love it.
Tackled by number 2, Dante Harrison.
he's been a player.
Freshman from Washington, D.C., Archbishop Carroll High School.
Keem, he is a player that Travis Bajent before the season told me a couple players to watch after, and he named him as one. And
3x1 double move.
Oh.
3x1 double move.
That's what you can't do. You gotta make the tackle. Yep, you gotta make the tackle.
And number 80 for Slippery Rock, Jawan Hall, and we got to see him do the kickoff return, so we know he has the speed.
Yeah.
But they hit him with the double move, and he beat the Ram defender for a gain of 60. 1st and 10 Slippery Rock at the 20-yard line, and this is real. This is playoff football. Both of these teams are highly talented. Both of these teams are threats for the Super Region 1 championship. And this is the type of game that we've been excited about. So a 2x2, send number 1 in motion.
You're going to get a
bubble screen.
To him. Come on, 24.
And he misses the tackle. And he is out of bounds at the 12-yard line, the 13-yard line. And that is a gain of 8.
And this is what I was talking about before the game, Kim. You have two really explosive offense that can really put some points on the board. So, I mean, just watching these guys out here, it's a great day, man. It is a great day for football.
An 8-yard gain by the 5'9", 190-pound receiver Cohen Russell out of Lackawanna College. So it will be a 2nd and 1. And let's see if Slippery Rock takes that same opportunity as Shepherd and try to get into the end zone this one play. The inside handoff to Chris Jordan.
Ball. You got to get it. Yes, sir. That's Shepherd football.
It looks like it's going to be Shepherd football. And it will be Ram football.
And that's what Shepherd needed, man. They need something like that. And just look at that. I mean, the atmosphere for D2 football here at Shepherd University is electric. I told people before, obviously, I'm not a Shepherd alumni, but it doesn't get any better than this atmosphere.
But I am.
Yes, you are. Hey, and that's one thing, Shepherd, they've been the prominent football program, I'll say in the state of West Virginia, because you look at some of these articles and stuff where they talk about who the best football team is in each state. Shepherd football is mentioned in almost every article.
Every single time. That's why I got the blue bow tie on today.
You see, I got my Fairmont colors on,
got my blue bow tie on today. But what I was speaking about is when Shepherd had that 2nd and 1, they were aggressive and took that shot into the end zone. Slippery Rock took more of the patient route, and unfortunately, Chris DeJour fumbled. So now we have Shepherd with a 2x1. And there he is. Tyson rolls out. And it looks like number 81 for Shepherd.
I think they were
Cameron Donor. Looks like he slipped a little bit or a little bit of miscommunication. But to be completely honest with you, that play was well covered.
Yeah. Well, and you're fine with that. You're fine with incompletions, playing the next play. And, like you said, it did look like maybe a miscommunication. Maybe he slipped or something. But I think Tyson thought he was going out, and he really sat that down. So
yes. And if you're Slippery Rock, obviously you never want to turn the ball over, and especially not when you're in the red zone.
No.
But if you are going to turn the ball over, you definitely don't want to give Shepherd a short field, and they have to drive over 80 yards right now for a first down.
Get the easy one. Yep.
And a quick pass would be a gain of 6 to number 81, Chris Dorner, and he's gotten himself involved early.
Yeah.
So good little rapport.
Well, he's a kid who's come on. Ryan Beach. Obviously. He got that injury, and then number 81 had to really step up for him. And to be a freshman and even last week, he had some really big plays. So I'm anxious to see what that kid can do, in the coming years.
So Shepherd right now has a tight 2x2 formation with Ronnie Brown to his right. You send Ryan Beach in motion to the left. Tyson rolls out.
Get it out. Yep.
And he could not turn his hips enough to be able to make a good throw, and Shepherd will be forced to punt. But the Slippery Rock defense steps up. They made some adjustments from that first drive. They were able to get Shepherd to go 3 and out.
Well, you see what they're doing. They're really putting that pressure on number 2. They're making him get out of the pocket, because if you let a quarterback of that caliber sit in the pocket, he's going to pick you apart. So they're doing a good job getting pressure on him, and hopefully, they go over on the sideline and figure it out.
And Slippery Rock should have pretty good, field position. This is a great punt, for Shepherd. And a fair catch, and Slippery Rock will take over at their own 37-yard line. Amazing punt by number 65 for Shepherd, Brian Barrett. So Slippery Rock, with their 3rd possession of the game, the first possession they drove into Shepherd territory, was forced to punt. The second possession, they had a big play to Cohen Russell, but they fumbled on a 2nd and 1, and this will be their 3rd possession. And they will start it off with number 6, Chris Dior, to his left. Kyle Sheets singled up, and at 3 trips receivers to the right-hand side. Inside handoff to Chris Dior, and really they're bottling up that run.
Yeah.
Now, that's a pretty good run. They got 6 yards, but Shepherd, their defensive line is making it a little bit more difficult. They're not giving them big seams for the quick, shifty running back to be able to get down the hill, because he's a small back. He's a scat back. Yeah. So he doesn't really want to spend much of his time in the middle with these big linemen and linebackers. So we have 2-by-2 with Chris Dior to his left-hand side. Noah Grover takes the snap.
See, that's what scares you.
And that's a beautiful run.
Yes, it is.
And that is the center and the guards working together to be able to create that hole on the inside. And if, you kind of can tell what they're trying to do, they feel like if they can beat Shepherd, it's not going to be getting to the outside. It's pounding them up the middle.
Yeah, and I think, Dwayne even touched on that a little bit, where he actually said number 41 was the downhill back. Oh, good play,
and that's
Kyle.
A great play That's a great play by number 11, Kyle Smith.
Yep.
He couldn't get to the quarterback, so he put his hands up and did the next best thing and batted the ball down.
Yeah, and he's a player for Shepherd, too, that's just been great for them this year. I was told he's playing on a little bit of an injury, but you can't even really tell at times.
Nah. And it could impact a little bit of your explosiveness coming off the end, but obviously becoming more of a complete defensive end that he has worked himself into.
And here comes
he made a great play.
Isaiah Edwards, number 41, the bigger back that Dwayne was telling me about yesterday.
So they kind of have a little bit of a power set. And they take that shot to Kyle Sheets. And Kyle Sheets, touchdown, Slippery Rock. It was a beautiful thrown ball.
Yes, it was.
It was a beautiful run post route.
Yes, it was.
And touchdown, Kyle Sheets. And what we're seeing right now is that Shepherd is having a little bit of trouble of keeping up with these wide receivers.
Yeah, man. And Kyle Sheets is a guy who's played 11 games this year, 51 catches, 828 yards, 8 touchdowns. He averages 75 a game. So, he can definitely beat you over top like we just saw right there. He's about as deep threat as a receiver as you need. So.
And Slippery Rock has an amazing quarterback as well, and Noah Grover, the 6'1" redshirt senior out of Phoenix, Arizona. And like we said in the pregame, he's been around.
He's been around the block, man.
There's probably not many defensive coverages, or obviously playing at a high level of D2.
Yeah.
Not too much talent that's going to make him overwhelmed.
Yeah, well, and if you have a guy like that, I think he's a graduate senior, if I'm not mistaken, right? So you have a guy that from high school went to JUCO, North Dakota State or whatever. He's like we said, he's been around the block, but that dude can throw the football, and it looks like he knows how to make the right read. So we have 2 great quarterbacks going at it today. Like I said before, I'm choosing Tyson over anyone, but so far I love watching this Noah Grover kid play as well.
And it's not just how that was a perfectly placed ball.
Yes, it was.
But he has so many threats on the outside, which puts the pressure on the defensive backs for Shepherd.
Man.
And right now we have a 7-7 game with 6 minutes and 41 seconds left in the first quarter. Both teams have strike for passes of over 30 yards, and now the game is tied. So we'll see how Shepherd comes back and adjust after Slippery Rock had their
get upfield. Put your foot in the ground, get upfield, yep.
And he is
hold on to the ball.
He is hit down at the 25-yard line, and Shepherd will take over at the 25-yard line. A little bit of extracurricular activities after the play.
You're going to get that in this game. I mean, this atmosphere. Yeah, I mean, it's football. This atmosphere, obviously emotions are high. These players just want to play well, like you just said, that's part of football, honestly. You don't want to take it too far, but it happens. So.
You don't want to take it too far, whereas if you're on Shepherd's side, next thing you know, you end up at the 10-yard line.
Yeah,
whereas exactly. If you're Slippery Rock, they start to drive at the 40-yard line. You have the Harlan Hill, only need to go 60 yards for a touchdown. So we will see trips to the right side, and we have Ronnie Brown, to his left. Actually, they have an extra lineman in as well. And he gets downhill. And I feel like right there was a little bit too much of pitter-patter, where you would really kind of would just like for him to just be able to put his foot in the ground and just go and get what you can.
I've said it since day one with Ronnie Brown. He's a very patient runner.
Yes.
And like you said, sometimes it seems like, okay, you need to just go ahead and hit that hole, but that's just his game, man. He lets it develop, and he hits the hole when it's time. So
and you can't complain about it when it doesn't work.
Listen,
and then when he does work, it looks like a genius.
Well, and that's one thing. You might be complaining about it in film, but the next play he goes 80 yards. So, great block by Ronnie Brown on number 8 too.
And that's a great tackle by Slippery Rock. Number 2, Jacob Williams, to be able to stop that yak yardage, and it will put Shepherd in a 3rd and 5.
Man, Keem, I don't know. I hope the people at home were just watching Ronnie Brown and that chip block that he just had on number 8, because that's what you have to do with a guy like DJ Adewara, is you have to get chip blocks on him. You just have to beat him up, man. You have to.
Yeah, and you want to wear him down so that he's not fresh in the 4th quarter when everybody else is getting tired. And right now, you can tell he's a little bit antsy.
Yeah.
Looks like he's close to being offsides.
I was just going to say the same thing. I think we might have a... There it is. Good catch, man.
That's a really good catch by number 81, Chris Dorner. And I tell you what, he has found his mark. He reminds me a little bit of Adam Thielen. Just the way they use him, where Justin Jefferson is that deep threat going down the field, but Adam Thielen, Cooper Kupp kind of, where they're not trying to run 25, 30 yards down the field. They're just finding that open space and being able to get 6, 7 yards each time.
For a young kid, too, he just seems like he understands openings and where people are at on the field. I mean, I know Tyson's throwing him open, but that was a great catch.
Shepherd with a 2-by-1. They send a tight end in motion, Mr. McCook.
There it is.
And the ball was knocked away, and it was almost picked off by Slippery Rock. And we have seen Shepherd put Tyson in on rollouts and bootlegs a lot more this game than I think we have seen as Ram fans all season.
Well, and with the defensive line like Slippery Rock has, you don't want him sitting in the pocket and taking shots all day. So I think that might be a little bit of it. But the way this offensive line is protecting him today, I'd rather keep him in the pocket and just let him scan the field.
Because that way you can utilize the whole field as opposed to becoming one-sided. Because if everybody knows, if you roll out, you're pretty much on a one side of the field that you can actually utilize. And
not if you're Patrick Mahomes.
Slippery Rock's coming with the pressure.
Get a field,
and a quick pass for Shepherd. Number 7 for Shepherd. And is that Keyshawn? Kenneth Edlin?
Yep.
The thing about college football is multiple people had the same numbers. So we definitely apologize. We didn't know which number 7 that was, but I think we got it right. Mr. Edlin, Kenneth Edlin. And that'll be a 1st and 10. Shepherd at the 49-yard line. Shepherd
doubles again.
So they will have 2-by-2. And I think they have. Is that not Hartman? I don't think it's Hartman's in the game.
Nah,
I think that's Mr. Holly.
Yep.
Avon Holly's in the game. And another pass by Chris Dorner.
I love this kid, man. To be a freshman making plays like this in a big-time football game, he might not have any nerves.
And not only is it amazing for Home Team Sports TV to be able to call these games, and amazing for me to be able to call it as an alumni, as being budding new broadcasters, me and you, Brandon, to be able to watch great football, it makes it so much easier to call these games when these are 2 well-coached teams with so much talent. And we have trips to the right side, fake inside, actually a handoff to Ronnie Brown.
That's a
and
great
Ronnie
play
Brown
call.
is up the field.
See ya.
And he is so fast.
See ya.
And touchdown, a whole hundred Rams. Touchdown, Shepherd Rams.
I'm telling you, man, when Ronnie Brown is playing good football, Shepherd's playing good football, man.
And like you said, his patience on one play, I'm telling you to hit the hole and what you see, but that also allows him to be able to make those cuts and see those things that people not on his level are able to see. And he is so fast that once he gets to the outside, there's pretty much nothing you can do. And then touchdown Shepherd. Shepherd takes the 13-7 lead with 3 minutes and 26 seconds left. Shepherd with the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. And 14-7 Shepherd with 3 minutes and 26 seconds left in the first quarter. And both of these teams have great defenses. Both of these teams have defenses that will make you drive. You don't typically get those big plays, but we've seen a couple big plays for both teams. And Shepherd comes back, counter punches, and now they take that 14-7 lead, Brandon.
Well, and we talked about it before the game came, but these are two great football teams on both offense and defense. But we are seeing an offensive show put on right now.
Yes,
man.
and what we talked about a couple times in pregame. Slippery Rock comes out and they outscore their opponents in the first half, 215-77.
Yeah.
And I asked, how would Coach McCook be able to get his team prepared for a team that comes out and they're always well prepared? Well, we have seen it.
I mean, whatever he did, he has them prepared, man. Because,
Yes.
I mean, to put 14 points on the board that fast is awesome to see. It looks like we're going to have another squib kick here, man.
And I think this is –
I like seeing it. Get outside. You got to – yeah.
And I think –
block in the back, take him back.
Should be a block in the back on Slippery Rock. But I think they seen on that first kickoff that if you do your normalized kick on a kickoff, they have the game breakers back there that one little crease, and they could be gone. And it's kind of like watching the Jefferson High School Cougars. When they knew that Keyshawn Robinson's back there, Isaiah Fritz is back there, and Tayshawn Roper, you don't want to give them that cheap touchdown. So you come out on your kickoffs, and you have a little bit to throw them off a little bit, to keep the ball off their hands. You definitely don't want to give them the ball able to get a running start. So this is a good strategy by Shepherd University. So that block in the back will take them back to the 15-yard line. So Slippery Rock, to be able to get 7, will have to drive 85 yards.
Dewey texted me and said, look at you up there cheering for Shaq.
Yeah. Yeah. We going to make you a Shepherd Rams fan.
Yeah, I'm a fan, man. I'm a fan. Good play, man.
Great play by number 7 for Shepherd.
He's another kid, man.
And that is Keyshawn Haley.
He's an all-PSAC kid, and I'm not sure if he what grade is he in? He's a junior.
What grade is he
right?
in?
Yeah.
He's a junior from out of Fairmont.
No, freshman.
Okay. Out of D.C., Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah. But he's a kid, too, that gets after it, man. I love watching him play.
So Slippery Rock has a little bit of confusion. They have trips to the right side.
Go a little empty.
So they went empty.
There it is.
And that's a little bit. And you gotta wrap up.
Wrap up, make the play, man.
You gotta wrap up. And the thing about it is, I think what Slippery Rock seen is after that play to Kyle Sheets, Shepherd was giving them a lot of room.
Yeah. Well, and I think, I mean, with this quarterback too, man, he is making the right reads, and I am loving life up here as a quarterback coach and somebody who loves watching great quarterback play, man. This is a game to watch.
And they're going empty set again.
There it is. Get outside.
It's going to be a pass interference.
Whoa.
Looks like it's going to be a pass interference on Shepherd. A little too much hand grabbing.
I don't know about that one.
And what you saw right there as well.
The ball, man.
But what you saw out there as well is that in that situation, Noah threw the ball where no one else could get to the ball except for his receiver. He gave his best receiver, a chance to make a play. Or he said no one's going to be able to get to it. He didn't throw an errant pass over the middle of the field. And I think Slippery Rock has found something, to be honest with you, Brandon, in this empty set.
Let's see what just a 5-yard.
So it was like a 5-yard penalty?
Yeah. Well, and I think number 10 has so much trust in his receiver. It might just be like, hey, I'm going to throw it up to you. You go get it. You make me look good. Sometimes you have to do that.
Tight end goes into the motion. Inside handoff.
Downhill runner. Good job, Wayne.
And that's the big back that you spoke about, Isaiah Edwards. 6 foot, 230-pound junior out of State College.
Another flag, King.
And it looks like there's going to be a flag on number 3, Dwayne Grantham.
Yeah.
And after you make a big
emotions,
play.
Man, emotions.
But after you make a big play, you give him a 15-yard penalty.
And I think that's maybe the refs don't understand the dynamic. They were, college teammates of Lackawanna. Maybe he was talking some stuff, but maybe he was just letting them know, like, yeah, I got the better of you there, man.
But, at the end of the day, you have to maintain your discipline because now you go from a 2nd and 11 to a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
2 big back-to-back penalties on Shepherd, man. Watch the football.
Inside handoff to Isaiah Edwards and a strong run. It looks like a gain of 5.
Yeah, he's a kid that gets downhill quickly, and he's pretty big too.
Yeah, 230. He's
230.
6'1", 230.
Man.
He's not trying to get to the outside.
No.
He's pretty much a fullback in this type of set. And that's the Thunder and Lightning. What is it? Lindell White and Chris Johnson.
Yeah.
Back in the early 2000s, if you're a Titans fan.
Motion.
So they have trips to the left. Now they will motion inside.
There it is.
A nice pass. And it actually will be a first down, Slippery Rock, and there was no holding penalty call.
I can't believe that. Russ missed one there, Keith.
And it would be a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. So Slippery Rock is methodically moving the ball down the field thanks to some great plays and 2 penalties by Shepherd, and they are 5 yards away from the red zone. So with under a minute left, Slippery Rock will have a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. You have 2 receivers to the right-hand side, send the tight end in motion, back to his right. Inside handoff to Chris Dior. He finds the seam, and he will gain 7.
Good play by Holloway, man. Get off your block and make the play downfield.
Let's see if Slippery Rock tries to get off one more play before the quarter, or even tries to get Shepherd to jump off sides to get a free 5 yards before the quarter ends. You see 2 receivers to the right. Kyle Sheets is at the bottom by himself.
Yeah, he's take it in.
And see if they want to see if they can get that quick 5 yards.
Try to get some yards out of Shepherd.
And at the end of 1, you have your Shepherd Rams 14 and Slippery Rock 7. We will take a quick commercial break from Home Team Sports TV.
A vision. At Shepherd University, you'll join a journey that began over 100 years ago and is still going strong. Make your ideas into something real and transform.
And we are back at Shepherd University at Rams Stadium, where we have the Shepherd Rams leading the Slippery Rock, the Rock No Mascot, 14-7, starting the second quarter. We will have a 2nd and 5 from the 20-yard line. Slippery Rock in red zone territory for Shepherd. A quick play action pass and a sack by Shepherd University. And number 11, Kyle Smith with the great play. And we've seen the fake inside handoff play action pass, but it did not work, and Shepherd was game. So now it will be a 3rd and 6 from the 20-yard line. And we have that defensive bell.
You love that,
That defensive bell.
They need to get off the field here.
They definitely need to get off the field. And look at, they're going to that empty set that has been successful early. Send the tight end to the outside. And the out route, that's a perfect play. And he's getting in the end zone. He's down at the 2-yard line. Yeah. And that is such a difficult play to defend in space.
It's very hard for a linebacker to cover somebody that fat.
But like I said earlier, Slippery Rock is having a lot of success in that empty set. And soon as number 1, Cohen Russell, took his break, the ball was right outside on him. So
Well,
that
see,
pass allowed him to be able to get the yak yards as well.
This kid, he knows what he's doing. He knows when to throw the ball, where to throw it.
Inside handoff, and look at his helmets are coming off.
Yeah, he's short.
You know, this is physical football inside there right now. And what we're seeing is Slippery Rock is making that adjustment. Shepherd's defensive line is game.
Yeah.
And they've been able to shut down that rushing attack, but they've struggled with that Slippery Rock 5 wide.
Well, see, and we knew coming in that Slippery Rock has so many athletes that they do like spreading it out and just getting the ball into their athletes' hands. So,
they honestly want to make Shepherd make that adjustment and take one of the linebackers out and be able to put
looks like we're going to go wildcat, and now he's just going to direct snap and get right downhill. Touchdown.
We'll see if he got in.
Yeah, he's in. Touchdown.
And touchdown Slippery Rock. 14-13 with 13 minutes and 15 seconds left in the second quarter. And you see how hard those yards were to get those yards in that situation. That wasn't easy for Slippery Rock. So Slippery Rock with the kick.
Look like we got a tie ball game here in the second quarter, Keem. It's going to be this game's going to be awesome today, man. This is a testament to what it's going to be like, man. I'm excited as ever for it. So,
well, this is two evenly matched teams.
Yes.
And the kick is
that's
blocked.
What they needed. Get him. You got to get him. Yep. That's huge.
And what did we say early in the game?
You said
what
you
did
called
I say?
It. Special teams,
I
man.
said this game was going to come down to special teams.
And that's honestly that play right there is what it could all come down to.
Yes.
This is going to be a very highly contested, close game. So 1 point, you need that.
Yes, because obviously, in playing football and being around football, our whole lives, we know that these games are predicated on line play.
Yep.
Turnovers.
Yep.
And your special teams.
Special teams.
Obviously you said, you guys call it special forces up that way.
Well,
but it's very integral to the success of your team, because if you're only getting 6 points and the other team is getting 7, eventually you're going to end up having to go for 2.
Exactly.
Or, you could only be down 3 and you end up down 4 points and needing a touchdown, as opposed to kicking a field goal and be able to send it in overtime.
Well, and I think Coach McCook is an experienced enough coach, and he's been around the block that he understands how important special teams are to a football program.
Yes.
And that's something that the good coaches, they know. They know that special teams is what it might come down to in a close game. So,
and I look forward to seeing how the Shepherd defensive coordinators are able to adjust to that 5 wide. What are they going to see, or what are they going to do to be able to get them out of that 5 wide situation?
Foot in the ground and get uphill.
He is smoked at the 21-yard line.
Number 36 for Slippery Rock, man. This is a big hit football game here, man.
Dominic Martika with the big blow. And Shepherd will take over at the 21-yard line. But see, man, I tell you what. Punt return and kick returners, you gotta have a level of mental toughness, especially a punt returner.
Hey, you want to know what's funny is I was talking with Gerard Bowie. I don't know if anybody knows him. He's up at Concord having a heck of a career, but he was saying, man, I'm like, man, why don't you return kicks? And he's like, man, that's where you get smacked.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah,
definitely different.
I know it, man. I know it. So we got Beach in the game here too. So take what they give you. Take what they give you.
And that's what Slippery Rock has been really good at doing, just taking what they give you.
Yeah. Well, and Tyson's the type of kid that if you give him those type of plays, he's going to keep hitting that all day long. So.
First and 10 Rams. Inside handoff to Ronnie Brown.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey.
And he was driving.
So that's forward progress there.
Gain of 6.
And Ronnie Brown's a kid with 155 attempts this year, 1,373 rushing yards. He's averaging 8 yards a carry, 15 touchdowns, 112 yards per game, Keem. So he's a kid that obviously Slippery Rock had on their scouting report all week.
And it would be a 2nd and 5 from the 41-yard line.
Oh, just get it and go.
And we've seen that happen earlier with Noah. Now we're seeing it happen with Tyson Bagent. It looks like it'll be a loss of 6 yards, and it'll be a 3rd and 11 from the 36-yard line.
And I think that's just him trying to. Before he catches it, he was trying to read that defense, and really he knew where he wanted to go, but can't go anywhere without the ball. So.
And it will be a 3rd and 11 from the 34-yard line of Shepherd. You have 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right, with Ronnie Brown to his right-hand side. Tyson Bagent scans the field.
There it is.
He throws that out route.
Great ball.
That's a great pass.
Great ball.
Great pass and great anticipation for Tyson Bagent. And Ryan Beach is talking a little bit right now as well.
Man, he is a kid that he gets after it, man. He might be small in stature, but that's a kid that plays some good football. And what a ball from Tyson, man. He put it in the exact place it needed to be. Great catch by Ryan Beach, but, man, that goes to show what type of arm strength number 2 has.
And it will be a 1st and 10 from the Slippery Rock 45-yard line. Upfield. Inside handoff to Ronnie Brown. Lucky that could have been a holding penalty right there.
I definitely. Oh, yeah.
And we see now it's going to be a penalty on the coach.
Yep.
Penalty on the penalty on the coach is going to be a 15-yard penalty on the Slippery Rock sideline.
And is it going to be a warning? Sideline warning.
So actually, it'll be a silent warning, so you won't get any yards. They won't get any yards on that.
No, but I mean, I'd like to know what was said, because that ref, he threw it as soon as it looked like the coach was talking to him. So,
and we're working on the contrast right now on the broadcast. The sun is allowing us to get a little bit of extra light.
Yeah, so, I don't know if I need that. I might be like Casper up here.
So we will get that taken care of for our viewers.
Good ball. Ooh, good catch, Ronnie Brown.
And not only was it a good ball, but it was a great catch. And it might have been a good thing for Ronnie Brown that he didn't see number 45 coming, because it might have had him think a little bit about that. But Ronnie Brown, he's having an amazing game.
Man, is he? Well, and we said it before, but when Ronnie Brown's playing the way he's playing today, and then you throw number 2 Tyson in the mix, man, they've got an offense that can, they can score with anybody.
And the accuracy that Tyson Bagent is showing today is the reason why he is an NFL prospect.
Yeah, well, and I think we might have a couple NFL scouts here in attendance today just watching to see what type of player he is in an atmosphere like this. There it is.
You got to catch the ball first. Catch the ball first before thinking about getting hit. And typically in situations like this, that play right there is gonna cause a field goal attempt.
Yeah, well, and after watching Tyson, he was telling the receiver that's on me, because I think he threw it a little bit further behind the receiver than what he would have liked.
So now it will be a 2nd and 10 from the 10-yard line, with 9 minutes and 47 seconds left in the second quarter.
Is this the Holly kid for Shepherd, Avon Holly?
Another fade to Ryan Beach.
Great ball. He got to catch it.
Didn't complete the catch, and it would be a 3rd and 10. And like I said, being able to watch football over the years, typically what occurs in these situations when you don't stay ahead of the sticks against a good team in the red zone, you end up kicking the field goal.
Yeah. Well, Shepherd need some type of points here, whether it be a field goal, whether it be a touchdown. We want a touchdown, but we'll take the points regardless.
So it will be a 3rd and 10 from the 10-yard line. So essentially, let's call it what it is. It's a 3rd and goal. It looks like Shepherd is making sure that everybody's on the same page.
Got to get the playoff here, too. 5.
But we have a stack. We're sending Ronnie
Brown
in motion.
Get it off. There you go. What's the flag?
And the ball was perfectly thrown.
We got a flag here
to Ronnie Brown, but it goes in between his hands, and it looks like it will be a field goal attempt for Shepherd, and it will be a illegal motion.
He's declining
for Shepherd University. The penalty will be declined, and it will be a field goal attempt. But right there, we saw something. When we motion out Ronnie Brown, their linebackers cannot stay with him.
No, And there's not too many people that can cover Ronnie Brown out in the open, man. He is about as electric as it comes. He's another guy that I think he's a junior, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes.
So a junior, I think we might have some NFL scouts in here watching him next year as well.
For him to be able to be a pass catcher as well as run the ball well, he's definitely someone who's going to get a shot. And the field goal kick is up, and it is good. And Shepard will
points, Keem.
Will take the 3. Shepard 17, Slippery Rock 13. And we've gotten to see how both of these teams have adjusted. And Brandon, we've come into the game and we've talked about how these defenses have been stout.
Yeah.
But when you watch this first half, the offenses have been up to the task, and they have kept these defenses on their heels.
Yes.
So thank you guys for your patience on getting the contrast and everything together for the camera. We have made the adjustment. We hope that the picture is clear and crisp going forward. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for staying tuned to Home Team Sports TV, and we guarantee you these next 3 quarters are going to be some of the best broadcast minutes of your life.
Man, and how can you not be excited as a broadcaster for this type of game, Keem? I mean, these are 2 great football teams that are going at it on both sides of the football.
So definitely from Akeem Holmes and my co-host Brandon Ashenfelter, I want to thank the crew at Home Team Sports TV, Shalinka Jacobs, Kevin Brewster, H.D. Franklin, our producer extraordinaire, Harry Brown, and Janadia Amir Ahmed. And it looks like he caught the ball going outside. And I see a lot of holes. And is that the kicker? No. Number 32 for Shepard, Cedric Ofori. He was flying like a bat.
Well, he might have saved, a big play right there.
Yes, because initially when I first seen that he actually tried to catch the ball, I didn't understand why he didn't let the ball go out of bounds. I'm gonna potentially get the ball at a higher yardage position. Get the ball at the 35-yard line.
Yeah.
But essentially, he seen something. He was being aggressive. He took that chance, and he almost broke it.
Rock does here.
Slippery Rock with 3 receivers to the right. Inside handoff to Chris DeJour. And that's a great play by the defensive end to be able to maintain a little bit of discipline. And Dwayne right now is hype.
Yes, he is, man. He needs to control it. You already got one. You don't want to.
You gotta reel it back just a little bit, a little too much. Communicating with the other team. Let your play speak for itself, Mr. Grantham. So it will be a 2nd and 7 at the 32-yard line of Slippery Rock. You see trips to the left side. Running back to his left side.
Coach calling the play.
Looking for the tight end right here. Tight end down the seam. He runs the out route. He scrambles. And it looks like it'll be a gain. Looks like it'll be a gain of 7. It'll be a first down, Slippery Rock. And I seen that setup when you have the trips to the left side and that tight end. Typically, you want to sneak that tight end down that seam and be able to get 10 to 15 yards. And Slippery Rock did try that right there, but they were unable to go to him. But fortunately, they have a quarterback with nimble feet, and he was allowed to pick up the first down.
You can tell he's an athlete, King. You really can.
So we have a 2-by-2, and we have Chris Dior to his right side. Noah Grover in the backfield. The silent clap. Shepard does not jump. Silent clap again. Inside handoff. The fake. And wow. And it looks like he was pulling his uniform.
I don't know, Keen. Hey, we'll take it as
we will take Shepherd that. But Shepard definitely did get away with a penalty right there. And that would have been a gain of 5, and it would have been an automatic first down. So, and officials, we're as human beings, we're not perfect. Obviously, we have a great view up here to be able to see the whole field. And Shepard definitely got away with one right there. So we have a 2nd and 10 for Slippery Rock. We have 2 receivers to the left side, 1 receiver to the right. Running back to his right. Sends the running back out to the flat.
Oh! Yeah, he got it. He saw it. Flag on the play. He got a hold.
And against these types of defenses and in games like this, getting behind the sticks is very difficult to be able to come back and get a first down. So let's see if Shepherd's defense can be opportunistic, and maybe if Noah tries to force a pass down there that he might not normally do, get the interception and get a short field.
Well, when you have something that turns into 2nd and long, 3rd and long, even 1st and long, you don't have too many plays in your playbook for something like this. So you just want to try to get back some of the yardage and then go from there. So.
And it is a 2nd and 20, 2-by-2. Inside handoff to Chris Dior, and he's shifty. He makes the first person miss, but he's only able to gain 2 yards. So we will hear that defensive bell
that you love so dearly.
And it would be 3rd and 18 for Slippery Rock at the 32-yard line. And let's see if these corners can stay with these wide receivers. Right here, you will see if they're going to take a shot. Because Kyle Sheets, after that post route, he's been a little bit quiet. And they don't have any safety help over top of them. Except for it's still another in it too deep. So 2-by-2, you're seeing Chris Dior to his right side. A screen. And that is met play, early. 5. That is met early.
Clayton
and Shepherd with the stop. And it would be a 4th down.
That's huge right there. That is huge.
Now, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this right now. And I say this with all professionalism. I hope my son's watching this game. And I'm going to tell you why. I caught a screen pass last week in this national tournament down there. And it was 3rd and 10. He looked at me and said, "Why are you calling screen pass?" I said, "Let me do what I do."
Yeah, did it go for first down?
No, it didn't.
Oh, no, it didn't. So maybe he was right there.
I'm not gonna get on here capping like it went for a first down, but he didn't realize that at some points that screen pass could break and get you 70 yards for a touchdown. Yeah, it didn't work that time. But I told him, just let me coach. You just play quarterback. Yeah. And you just do what you need to do.
Hopefully he's watching this game because your son obviously is a quarterback, and these are 2 great quarterbacks to learn some stuff from. Yeah. So
to be able to watch how the touch of Noah Grover and Tyson Bagent and how they command their offenses, it's definitely not something that anyone should take for granted. So Shepherd will take over at the 32-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 with 6 minutes and 36 seconds left in the second quarter. Trips to the right side. Inside handoff to Ronnie Brown. And he is so fast.
Oh, my goodness, man.
I'll tell you.
Oh! Look at that, ref.
I'll tell you something. When you look at Ronnie, he doesn't look overly big.
Nah.
But he's so strong.
He's
so tough.
Man.
He can run the ball outside. He can run the ball inside. He can run pass routes. He reminds me a little bit of Christian McCaffrey.
Man, well, no, I think that's a perfect comparison. Just the statute of both of them, and then what they can do offensively in just so many different ways, man. It's awesome to see.
Oh. And he is down, so it will actually go down as a sack.
He was down? Was he down?
Yes, he was down.
So
it would be a loss of 10?
Yeah.
Looks like a loss of 10. And Shepherd essentially would be in the same similar situation as Slippery Rock was in the last possession. So let's see if we're able to get at least 8 yards on this next play to make it more of a third man.
You just got to get some of them going. Get some of them back, and then just like we talked about before, go from there, because you don't have too many plays in your playbook that are going to go for 20 yards.
So it will be a 2nd and 20 from the 46-yard line.
Get a field
over the middle, and that's perfect. The play was perfectly diagnosed by number 35 for Slippery Rock, Rick Martin, the 6'3" defensive sophomore defensive back out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, via Penn Hills High School.
And that's good high school football right there.
That's really good high. The Allegheny region in Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania brings out the best in Pennsylvania football. So Shepherd right now, 3rd and 19 from the 47-yard line. Let's see if Shepherd can create a big gain. Tyson Bagent takes the snap. A good throw. And he goes backwards, and he loses 5 yards.
Don't go back.
And Shepherd will punt. And that's always been something that I've been frustrated with watching football nowadays
They
of
might
how
go for it.
receivers try so hard to make the big play that you lose yardage.
And you see it so much now because, I mean, obviously they're out there for a reason. They're athletes. They're going to turn, something into nothing into something. So those are the plays where you're sitting in film where you're like, no, but then the next week or the next play they might take that to the house. So
yeah, it happens, but more,
hit or miss, man.
Yeah, more chances than not, it doesn't happen.
Fumble.
And the ball will be caught at the 20-yard line, and that's a great play by Cohen Russell because you let that ball bounce, and you might end up being, inside the 10.
Well, you really have to, be very sure of yourself as a returner to be able to go catch a punt with all of those people around you. I mean, you really have to be for sure, real sure of yourself, and have some sure hands as well. So,
yeah, I remember in high school being back on a punt return.
Yeah, see, I never got to do it, man.
In the fourth quarter versus Loudoun County, and they ran a punt block, and I called a fair catch.
Yeah.
And,
you didn't want to go against everybody else. Nobody was blocking for you.
Nobody
blocked.
Nobody blocked. I'm fair catch, and that's the only time I ever did it. He gets to the outside. He gets to the outside, but a great tackle for Shepard. And that's the first time that Slippery Rock has been able to get outside. So their defensive containment for their ends has been amazing for Shepard. So with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left in the second quarter, Slippery Rock at the 29-yard line, 2nd and 1. Inside handoff to Chris Dior. He bounces to the outside and cuts it back inside. And it'll be a first down. And you see Slippery Rock complaining a little bit about some of the hits after
Lynch.
After the running back goes down. I think we've seen a little bit of that on both sides.
Yeah.
So essentially you may want that call. You might cry for that call right now, and you might end up getting on your own defense. Oh,
good
great play by Kyle Smith.
Oh my goodness. That's some strength right there.
Yes.
That is some strength right there.
And look at the Shepard corners.
Yeah.
They look a little bit tired right now. So you wonder if Shepard's going to call a timeout just to even be able to give their players a blow, because this has been an exciting game. And what you see from these offenses, these quarterbacks are so good and these running backs are so good that you have to cover every inch of the field because nothing is off limits.
Well, see, and as DBs, you're running all day anyway. But then you throw in some receivers like Slippery Rock has that are just running down the field almost every play. You got your work cut out for it. Back shoulder.
Oh, and number 5, Kyle Sheets turned into a defender right there. And it will be a 3rd and 18 with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first half.
This is a huge play, man. They need to get off the field. See if Kyle Smith can get after it again, man.
And you don't want a big play, and you also don't want a big penalty either.
Nope.
You don't want to get a 15-yard penalty.
At nose guard right here.
So you have 3 receivers to the right, a single receiver to the left side, running back to his left. A lot of time.
Too much time.
Ooh, that's a big hit.
Too much time, man.
But they were able to pick up a lot of yardage.
I would watch for a fake right here.
And Slippery Rock might. I don't see them going for it, but what I do see them trying to
get them
to go offside and get a free 5.
I wonder if
So right now, what they're doing is they're letting the clock run down a little bit, ensuring that Shepard is not getting a lot of time left. So right now they're trying to trick everyone into thinking that they're going to go for it, but they're actually essentially trying to run the clock down, and they will punt. And this has been a beautiful game right here.
Man.
Thank you guys for allowing us to be able to bring this broadcast to you from Home Team Sports TV, and we couldn't ask for a better game right now.
Looks like Dwayne is hurt too.
This game is so physical.
Yeah.
This game is so emotional right now. You know, everyone is so intense. And this is only the second round of the NCAA playoffs. I'm going to say this. Everyone has a favorite Division I team. You know, I like Florida State. There's so many West Virginia fans around here, Miami fans, Maryland fans, whatever you may be. But the way Division II and the FCS does their playoffs is so unmatched that I would love to be able to see Division I take that format to have maybe a 16-team playoff, and be able to see the games, the championship be played out on the field.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's coming where they, expand that a little bit. But, I mean, like you said, it doesn't get better than this type of playoff, just bracket, the way it works in the East versus West, and then you meet. I love it. I loved it when I was playing. And obviously, Shepherd's had such success because of the way the brackets work out. So,
and I knew
the fake.
I knew the fake was coming.
I told you.
I knew the fake was coming.
I knew it, man.
And that was a great play for Slippery Rock right there. I just had a feeling that fake was coming.
Yeah, I called it, man.
And it'd be a first and 10 for Slippery Rock at the Shepherd.
And that gives you that momentum.
Yes.
That gives you all the momentum.
At the Shepherd 29-yard line. Because look at this. It's 17-13. Shepherd will have the ball at the end of the first half, but they get the ball at the beginning of the second half. You don't want to take a shot at being down two scores against the Shepherd offense. So that was a smart play. It was a Riverboat Ryan type of call.
Yeah.
And Slippery Rock will have a first and 10 at the 29-yard line.
There's the shot.
It's pass interference. Yes. And it'll be a 15-yard pass interference, and it will take the ball down to the 14-yard line. But that's why it was so important for them to get that many yards on that 3rd and 20, because it allowed them to be able to put that. If it's 4th and 10 right there, you punt the ball away.
Yeah.
But when you get 15 yards on that play and make it a 4th and 3.
Well, and I think really what Shepherd got caught sleeping, because you thought since he let the play clock run down, called a timeout, you assumed that they were just going to go ahead and punt it. So that's a great play call by the coach to come out of that timeout.
So they actually waived that pass interference.
Incidental contact. Maybe both their feet got caught up or something. Yeah.
So it would be a 2nd and 10. That's a big play for Shepherd, because Slippery Rock would have had the ball
catch
at the
a break right there,
line.
Man.
So with 1 minute and 13 seconds left, we will have a 2nd and 10 for Slippery Rock. And I'm looking forward to see if Slippery Rock goes back to that empty set soon. So you see trips to the right, Kyle Sheets by himself to the left.
Changing play at the line.
And let's see if they try to get that running back out into the flats as well.
When you have a speedster like that, I mean,
again,
head around,
get your head around. And touchdown, Slippery Rock.
Oh, get your head around, man.
And it is 19-17 with 1 minute and 6 seconds left for Slippery Rock. So the big call to be able to go for the fake punt 2 plays later, Slippery Rock takes the 19-17 lead over Shepherd. And that was a great throw on that.
I was just about to say, man, that was a great route from the release off the ball to the ball thrown by Grover, man. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
And Shepherd will have 1 minute and 6 seconds left and 2 timeouts. Well, actually 3 timeouts after this extra point. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 1 minute and 6 seconds left in the first half, Slippery Rock 20 and Shepherd 17. And we spoke about how important special teams is. Slippery Rock should be up by 4, which is a touchdown. Mm-hmm. But since they got that extra point blocked, now they're only up a field goal. But you reverse that with the great special teams call, a gamble, because if you get stopped right there, Shepherd has the ball at the 37-yard line. You're probably essentially most likely going to give up a touchdown and be down by 10 points going into the half.
Yeah, that's a huge play call for them, and it worked out in their favor. I mean, I saw it coming, but I guess Shepherd didn't. So,
and the situation is this: Slippery Rock, even after that play got called back, that pass interference got called back, they still saw something that they feel like they can exploit. Mm-hmm. And they went right back to it and they exploited it. They didn't give Shepherd time to go into the film and go into the locker room and make that adjustment. They took care of it. They took advantage of it immediately, and now they're up by 3.
It's a turn of events right there, man.
So the kick is deep. Looks like he's going to go in towards the end zone. And he actually fields the ball. And he is crushed. And that's a bad play.
He just took both their helmets off.
That's a bad play by the kick returner, but an even worse play by the Slippery Rock player that's going to give them a free 15 yards by ripping off their helmet. So now they'll get the ball around the 29-yard line with 1 minute left and 3 touchdowns. And we've seen a couple times where the emotion, the players have lost their composure and cost their team. So what I want to say to the viewers, and if you're watching the game with your kids, never put yourself above the team.
Yeah.
Never put your emotions or your pride above the team because it causes you to do bad things. And essentially right now, Shepherd, instead of having the ball at the 15-yard line, they'll have the ball at the 30-yard line. Well, actually,
they offset it?
Looks like it's going to be offsetting penalties. So Shepherd will take over at the 15-yard line with 1 minute left. And you see a little bit of energy from the Slippery Rock side. So we are going to wait and see what the officials decide before we bring it to you guys on this broadcast, because the officials are getting together and they're talking.
Looks like it's offset, huh? Wow. I'm shocked. I am shocked, Keem. I thought, seeing him grab 2 helmets and literally take the helmets off, I thought it was for sure on Slippery Rock. But I guess, the second person always gets caught, but I guess the referees saw something from the Shepherd players first as well.
So we will have a 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line with 1 minute left. Shepherd has 3 timeouts. Slippery Rock has 2.
There it is.
And that ball, a great pass, but that ball right there.
Go down.
And a strong move.
Call your timeout.
A strong move by number 3. Rodney Dorsey.
Yep, Rodney Dorsey.
So with 51.7 seconds left, Shepherd is at the 44-yard line. You see 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Now that ball looks like it's about to be picked off.
Oh.
And it'd be a false start. It'll be a false start on Shepherd. It'd be a loss of 5. So not only did you lose 8 seconds off the clock, you also will lose 5 yards.
That'll hurt you right there.
So it'll be a 1st and 15 from the 39-yard line with 43.3 seconds left. And let's see if Slippery Rock becomes a little bit more aggressive. You don't want to go in that pre-bent defense and give up too many chunk yardage. So let's see if they stay aggressive and Shepherd's able to take advantage. I think they're going to come after
Tyson here.
And I see a double move coming.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is you've got, the caliber quarterback like Tyson back there that he's going to make the right read. So, 1st and 15, or is it second? It's 2nd and 15, right? So
it'll be 1st and 15.
1st and 15.
Shepherd just got the first down on that play.
So you have somebody like Tyson. I'm with you. I go ahead and I might take a double move. I'm going to take a shot here just because if it's an incomplete pass, obviously you're going to play the next play. But hats off to Slippery Rock, man. They came in here ready to play, and they're playing a great football game. So
these are 2 evenly matched teams. Yeah. And that first play allows Shepherd right now, even if they have to punt, they have good. They're in good field position to pin them back deep, and it changes their mentality of what Slippery Rock would do. Because if you're at the 15-yard line and have to punt, you're in position to get points.
Yeah.
So it'll be a 1st and 15 with 43.3 seconds left.
I like Brian Walker here. Oh my goodness, good ball!
That's a great ball to the outside.
That's the type of throws that just separate him from everyone else.
That's an arm strength throw right there. For him to be able to laser that in there, he didn't lob the ball and allow the safety to be able to get over there. He drilled the ball in there, and he's attacking the outside. And not many quarterbacks have the arm strength to be able to do that. And I'm going to speak on something a little bit personal for me. I was actually able to witness one of Tyson's workouts with the NFL scout, and just to see how the ball comes off of his hands, the differences of his throws as opposed to other quarterbacks that were throwing that same day. He's definitely gifted. He's definitely blessed. and for the community of the Eastern Panhandle to be able to watch him since he was in high school, and then get 4 extra years at Shepherd. It's been amazing.
Yeah.
On top of that, let's also put some respect on the quarterbacks that came before. You have Jeff Ziemba,
Connor Jessup,
and all those quarterbacks. Shepherd has been lucky, to have the quarterbacks that they have had over the last few years, and hopefully, going forward, we'll see Sammy Roberts come in and be able to follow in those footsteps. And that pass is broken up. And that's one of those plays that if that pass gets picked off, that's 7.
It looked like there was a little bit of confusion over here. I only saw one receiver really run a route. So,
yeah. And let's not be remiss that injury right there for Slippery Rock saved a timeout for Shepherd.
Yes, it did, for sure.
So Shepherd has 2 timeouts with 28.6 seconds left and the ball at the Slippery Rock 37-yard line. So we see a tight trips to the left side. We're seeing Ronnie Brown out of motion. Let's see if they attack him right now, what kind of adjustments Slippery Rock has made. And they roll out Tyson Bajent.
Good job.
He sees Walker to the inside. He tries to jump over.
Goodness. Yeah, that was a great play by Tyson and just Brian Walker to stay open during that whole play. So.
And with 2 timeouts left, with 19.9 seconds left, Shepherd will have a 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. And let's see if they try to work the middle of the field right here.
2 timeouts.
Because Slippery Rock most likely is going to give them the middle of the field. Let's see if they work that post right now.
There it is. Turn him ahead. Oh.
And they try to run that fade. They try to run that fade right there, and he used the sideline. The quarterback used the sideline as his friend. So it would be a 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. And Shepherd will have 2 timeouts, 16 seconds left. Let's see if they use a seam route, especially a big tight end like Brian Walker.
I like Brian Walker here. But I also think, number 81, Dorner. How you say his last name? Yep, Cameron Dorner. I think he's a threat right now too, because that last play it looked like he was open to me, but Tyson just looked like he saw something pre-snap.
If they attack the middle and then throw it maybe like a fade route to the outside.
There it is. There it is, boy. Yes, sir. Man,
and that's a beautiful pass right there. And it'll be a 1st and 10. I mean, 1st and goal from the 5. And this is what Shepherd does. You have a great quarterback in Tyson Bajent, and in 50 seconds you go from the 15-yard line, and now you're at the 5-yard line. Yeah. And all the momentum that Slippery Rock had, if they give up a touchdown, they're going to go into that. They're going to go into that.
And they get the ball at half.
Yeah, they're going to go to the locker room deflated.
Yeah. Well, and Shepherd score here, like I just said, they get the ball at half after halftime. So it's just this is a huge possession here, and they need to get some type of points.
It's condensed down here. It's condensed down here in the 5. It's hard to get into the end zone.
This is the worst place to try to score in football. You would think the red zone is going to be the easiest, but everything, like you said, is condensed. You have to run your routes differently.
Yes.
As receivers, there's little things. What foot am I going to have up now that I'm running a 5-yard route instead of a 15 or something of that nature? So, obviously, you want points in the red zone, but it is the hardest time to score in football.
It's the hardest time to score, and it's also – as a quarterback, you have to make quick decisions because you're only going to get so open. There's not a lot of yardage, there's not a lot of grass for you to be able to get. So your anticipation as a quarterback has to be at an elite level down here in the red zone because you have a small window to be able to take advantage of a defense.
Yeah, and what really helps with Tyson is, the dude's been starting since a true freshman, so he has all the experience in the world. He's cool, calm, and collective in moments like this, so that helps Shepherd tremendously when it comes to moments like this in a football game. So,
and I know with 10.8 seconds left, that's not a lot of time, but it's also what does help offenses in this situation is the quarterback that can use his legs as well.
And that's something that Tyson, he might not be the fastest kid, but he knows when to use his legs and how to use them. So. Oh, look
takes
at
a
us.
snap. He
Look at
rushes
us.
inside.
Touchdown. Oh, my
Oh, he
goodness.
fumbles.
He
He fumbles.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. I think Shepard got it back. We got a timeout.
So a timeout for Shepard. So Shepard now will have to take the field goal. So the ball was recovered by the Shepard Rams, and there'll be 2.1 seconds left, and Shepard will be forced. And Shepard will be forced to take their timeout right now and kick a field goal. So they won't get another chance to go in to get 7. But they can go in with the game tied up. But Brandon, we talked about using his legs right there. And he tried to, but the small hesitation that he made a couple times prevented him from just either getting in the end zone or saving a chance to get another down.
As a quarterback, too, it was a little different for me in high school because they used me to run it a little bit. But as a quarterback, you don't do too many ball security drills, as a runner. You learn how to move in the pocket, ball security, in that aspect. But, I think Tyson might have been carrying that a little loosely right there, and that's why it popped out. But hats off to Slippery Rock because that was a heck of a defensive play, man.
Yeah.
I thought Tyson for sure scored. I'm sitting over here saying touchdown, and then, that guy.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously when you seen it, you could tell that if he just went for it at that point in time, he definitely had enough time to get into the end zone. But a little bit of hesitation,
it's a big play,
caused that fumble, and now Shepard will try the field goal.
To ice him a little.
Yeah, we'll try the short field goal to tie the game up. So that's a big win for Slippery Rock.
Yes, it is.
Right there for Shepard to drive the ball down the field as fast as they have, and then now due to time have to kick a field goal attempt on second down, and the worst you can do is go in tied. I think that's a victory for Slippery Rock, but it's also a victory for Shepard when they took that punch down there on that touchdown pass from Slippery Rock.
Yeah.
They will actually be able to kick this field goal, the short field goal that should be made, for a college kicker, tie the game up, go in there and make some adjustments, and you get the ball to start the second half. I think most teams would take that, especially in a big game, evenly matched game like this. So, with 2.1 seconds left, both teams are back out on the field. We will have a short field goal attempt for Shepherd University. He's looking towards the kicker. Is he ready? The kick is up, and the kick is drilled.
Good hold, good kick.
And it is 20-20 at the half for Home Team Sports TV.
It's a great football game.
We have the barn burner that we asked for.
Yes, sir.
So we'll take a quick commercial break from Home Team Sports TV. The Shepherd University Rams 20, the Slippery Rock, the Rock No Mascot 20. We will go to a quick commercial break and have a halftime where we will actually be able to put the camera and shine our light and love for the Shepherd University Ram Band.
Leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours. In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Tristan Snyder, trombone and baritone, Savannah Hodges, sousaphone, Corey Disney, drumline, Anna Lynch, color guard, and Savannah Hodges, ramp band manager. Band is led by field commanders Anthony Domina and Natalie McGeechee. Band staff includes staff arranger Frank Mahoney, percussion instructor Danny Morris, visual and marching instructor John Karras, color guard instructor Kathy Wendell, and drill writer Dan Galantarian. The band is directed by Dr. Scott Hippenspiel. Get ready to dance and sing along with the Ram Band's rock and roll throwback show, Rockin' the 80s, as we celebrate popular music from 1980s. We kick off our show with Any Way You Want It by the popular rock band Journey, featuring trumpeter Joe Rupert. Michael Jackson became an international sensation with his synchronized group choreography, unique singing voice, and signature dance moves. Groove along with the Ram Band as we perform a medley of two songs released on the Thriller and Bad albums, Beat It and Smooth Criminal. powerful ballad hails from the romantic 80s movie Dirty Dancing, where Baby falls in love with her dance instructor Johnny at summer camp. Originally sung by Jennifer Warren and Bill Medley, we featured dancers Anna Lynch and Corey Disney in I've Had the Time of My Life. Nobody puts Baby in a corner. Freddie Mercury and the British band Queen transformed the music industry with their rock and roll tunes. According to a 2019 study, today's selection is the world's most uplifting song, Don't Stop Me Now!
begins with a step, an idea, a vision. At Shepherd University, you'll join a journey that began over 100 years ago and is still going strong. Make your ideas into something real and transform your vision into opportunity. 79 fields of study surrounded by over 300 acres of pristine West Virginia, close to Washington, D.C. Start your journey here. Shepherd University. Don't just dream, do.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours. In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
We are back at Shepherd Rams Stadium with Home Team Sports. My name is Akeem Holmes with my co-host Brandon Ashenfelter, and we have a tie ball game, 20-20, between the Shepherd Rams and the Slippery Rock Pride. As we find out that their mascot is actually the Pride at halftime, and thanks for all the Slippery Rock fans that reached out to us to make sure that we had all the proper information. So it's the Slippery Rock Pride. So right now we'll go over the halftime statistics, and we talked about how even these teams are, and these statistics definitely show that as well. So the score is 20-20. We have Slippery Rock with 13 first downs and Shepherd with 14 first downs. Rushing yards, 20 carries for 97 yards for Slippery Rock, 10 carries for 76 yards for Shepherd. Passing yards, 201 yards for Slippery Rock, 251 yards for Shepherd. Total offense, 36 plays for 298 for Slippery Rock, 36 plays for 327 for Shepherd. And Brandon will go over the individual stats for both teams.
Man, Keem, that's about as
even as it can get.
Evenly matched as it gets right there. 36 plays, both on offense. But we'll start with the quarterbacks. We've got Slippery Rock's Noah Grover. He's 11 for 16, 201 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a long of 61. And then you got Tyson Bajan on the other side, 7 of 26, 251 yards with 1 touchdown. Leading receiver for the Pride is Cohen Russell, 6 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown. Then you got Kyle Sheets, 2 catches, 52 yards, 1 touchdown. And then you got for Shepherd Rams, you got Cameron Dorner, the freshman, 6 for 32. And obviously Ronnie Brown, 2 for 52 with that long 31-yard touchdown. So great evenly matched football game here in the first half. And I think they are going to put on an even better show for us in the second half, Keem.
Yes, and Shepherd's defense has 2 sacks. Whereas Slippery Rock, Tyson Bajan has been able to avoid the sack so far. So the line play for both teams have definitely held up, pertaining to what everyone thought going into the game.
Yeah.
This game would be dominated by both defensive lines. both quarterbacks have had pretty successful passing games. In the first half. So
both of them over 200 in the first. So that's awesome quarterback play.
And let's see how both of those teams went into halftime and made those adjustments, because like I said before, and I'm going to say this again, Slippery Rock has always been a first half team this season. They have outscored their opponents 215-77, but going into the second half, the game has drastically been more even.
Yeah.
So that goes to show that they are prepared pregame, but maybe because they're up by so many points, they haven't had to make too many adjustments.
Very possible.
Or we will see if those coaches can go in there and make those adjustments, or if Shepherd goes in, makes those adjustments, and potentially comes out and has a more dominant second half.
Well, and on the Shepherd side of the football, I'm anxious to see if Dwayne Grantham's going to be back, because he's leading the defense right now with 7 total tackles, and I know he was out the last couple plays. So let's hope, that young man is okay. If we do see him, great. If not, good luck in whatever injury he's going to be dealing with. So
yeah. And before the game gets off, for our viewers that actually follow high school sports, we have Martinsburg leading Huntington 7-0.
Get that field, Ronnie.
In the first quarter. So Ronnie Brown with the kickoff, and I tell you what, Slippery Rock's kickoff coverage is on point. And it seems like those are the same 2 individuals. Their helmets ripped off.
Same guy from Slippery Rock too, man. They're going at it. 84, and then you got 20 and 31 on Shepherd's side.
Well, I tell you what, 84 for Slippery Rock is a dog, because he has 2 people going at him, and he holds his own.
He's not backing down.
Yeah, he holds his own both times. So number 84 for Slippery Rock, Kenya Johnson, we're going to give you that shout out. Way to be strong, young man. So Shepherd comes out for the first offensive possession. They have 3 receivers to the left side, 1 receiver to the right. Ronnie Brown to his left. A patient run by Ronnie Brown and a strong run. And the wide receiver didn't get out the way, and he ran him over too. So it looks like it'll be a gain of 7, and it'll be a 2nd and 3 for Shepherd. And Shepherd's coming. They're going no huddle. I know that's the staple for Shepherd, but it seems like they're trying to quicken the pace,
speed it up a little. And I think that's what they need to do. They need to just go ahead and obviously speed the game up, get the plays in fast, and go ahead and get things going.
Yeah. And then the thing about it as well, that's a great run by Ronnie Brown.
He keeps his feet moving, man. For a little guy, he knows how to carry the pile.
And it'll be a 3rd and 1, but also this game is going to be it will come down to the weight room as well, and the conditioning of both teams, because we all know in that fourth quarter, after big bodies being able to press up against you the whole time, you start to wear down. So let's see what team
when you
has the conditioning.
When you have somebody on your sideline like Shepherd does and Demetrius Gillespi's, that weightlifting program is prestige. So
yeah.
And we're going to go another run. See, I like that. I
run,
like that. Trust the run.
And it's a first down. And they also have a little bit of action right there to see what Slippery Rock was going to do. And number 2, Jacob Williams, actually didn't bite on that fake. So he covered number 0 for Shepherd, Alfonso Foray, all the way down the field. And that's what you do. Now you have your staff not only looking at what the running back's doing with the ball, but it's seeing what motions and what movements would create, what kind of motions and movements from the other team.
There he is.
So baited to Ryan Beach, and he drops the ball, and that would have been a short gain anyways, but that's great defense for Slippery Rock. So it will be a 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line with 13 minutes and 13 seconds left in the third quarter, and Shepherd will have trips to our left side, and you will have Brian Walker, the tight end, to the right, and you will see Ronnie Brown to his left side. Once again, we are on the Slippery Rock side broadcasting, so it will be to our left and could be to your right. Now you move Ronnie Brown to your right. You send him out on a screen pass under to Ryan Beach, and he actually lost the ball, and he was down. But that's great. That's a great tackle by Slippery Rock right there. And it was actually a short gain. It was actually a gain of 1. So it'll be a 3rd and 9 from the 36-yard line. And that is a great tackle where that gain and that route was to get yak yardage.
Yeah,
and he stopped that from happening.
I'm not sure I agree with that spot there, Keem. I thought he got at least 2 yards, but Guess referees see it a little different.
So now we have trips to the left, single receiver to the right side. Bajan scans the field.
There it is.
No one is open. And that ball's picked off. Oh, and great
good defense
by number 83 for Shepherd. And that is Daryl Harper that prevented a first down. And what I'm going to say about that is this. That is amazing defense for Slippery Rock to be able to cover those receivers that at least 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah.
And Shepherd will be forced to punt. So great adjustment by Slippery Rock to what Shepherd did that was successful in the first half, and now Shepherd will punt. And it's a booming punt from Shepherd.
Good kick, man. Oh.
And great tackle by Shepherd and both
number
special
83
teams
again, right?
With great play, and Daryl Harper on the tackle, and Slippery Rock will take their first possession of the second half, and they will be at the 17-yard line of Shepherd.
Just an update for you West Virginia high school football fans too. Huntington just scored to even the score of 7-7 in the first. So got a great high school football game on today and a great college game. So,
and we also said that game was going to be elite anyways.
Yeah.
That Huntington and Martinsburg game is going to be an elite game. So we would have two receivers to both sides, outside to the running back on the swing pass, and he makes a great play. And for him to be able to gain 6 yards on that play, that was all Chris Dior.
Yeah. And it does look like Shepherd's defense is without number 3, so positive vibes and prayers to you, Dwayne. Get back healthy, man.
And it'll be a 2nd and 5 from the 21-yard line. We see two receivers to the right, two receivers to the left, and they actually are going to empty set. Here's that empty set again. Let's see how Shepherd has made their adjustments going forward. And they both great
ball.
Pass. That's a great pass.
Good ball.
And it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line of Slippery Rock. And that's definitely a good ball because you see the speed of that Shepherd free safety. One split second, and he's over there either picking that pass off or knocking that ball out of his hands. Yep. So that's a great throw by number 10, Noah Grover, the senior. So it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Play action fake. To the outside, to the back. And a pass to Christian Dior, and it'll be a gain of 3. Now, for the Shepherd cornerback and the linebacker, that was a great play to be able to cover a shifty back out of the backfield. And it seems like that's the adjustment for Slippery Rock. Out of that empty set, they're actually bringing that back out into the flats and allowing their speedy back to try to make plays and get those yak yards for him as an outlet. So it'll be 2nd and 10, motion the tight end to the right side. Inside handoff, and he is quickly bottled up.
This is a different running back we haven't seen yet, huh?
And that is number 23.
Tim Smith.
Tim Smith, the junior from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, out of Penny Hills and Fairmont State.
A lot of Fairmont guys on that Slippery Rock roster, man.
So it will be a 3rd and 9 from the 40-yard line. And for the Shepherd fans, we definitely have to get off the field right now.
It's a huge play right here.
And
you got Dior.
They're putting Dior out and going to that empty set again that worked so well for them in the first half. Let's see if Shepherd can get some pressure.
Good job, Kyle Smith.
Good play by Kyle Smith. And that's what Shepherd's going to need because it's been hard for them to contain the Slippery Rock receivers on one-on-one. So they need their defensive linemen to create some pressure to get Noah Grover off his spot. And, to help them out. Because the best cornerbacks always have great defensive linemen.
Yeah.
Look at Richard Sherman and all those, Legion of Boom. It wasn't because they were such elite backs. You've seen them go to other teams, and they weren't able to have their success as much. They're not having those defensive linemen. So you got to have a good defensive line.
Get away.
So he's going to field the punt, and he is quickly met. A couple shakes and bakes, and he will be tackled at the 27-yard line. And that's the strongest.
Blow the whistle.
That's the strongest toughest 7-yard punt return that I have seen in a long time. So, both teams have possession once. Both teams punt it.
Defense, man.
And is this going to transition to that defensive game that we spoke about in the first half?
The way these teams are matched up, man, you never know, Keem. You just really don't. I mean, they're so evenly matched on both sides of the football. So
now we have Shepherd taking over at the 29-yard line. No, let me make that adjustment. The 28-yard line. So it'll be a 1st and 10 Shepherd at the 28-yard line with 9 minutes and 1 second left in the third quarter. So we have trips to the left, Ronnie Brown to the right, tight end to the right side, inside handoff to Ronnie Brown.
Keep it up.
He sees the hole, and he gets through, and a great run by Ronnie Brown, and he'll be tackled at the 50-yard line, and it'll be a 1st and 10 Rams. And it seems like the adjustment that Shepherd can make and will make is feed the beast. Feed the beast. Ronnie Brown, he's in a different zone right now.
Yeah,
he's in a different zone right now, and he wants it.
I mean, right now he is our player of the game right now.
He's over 100 yards rushing right now. Yeah. He only has 9 carries. He's over 100 yards. Ronnie Brown is certified.
He's got. There it is. Oh, good move. Get down.
And good run by Tyson Bagent.
Get down.
And Tyson's a lot more athletic than most people realize.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I think his athleticism, when he goes to get evaluated by these scouts at the next level, is going to pop, and it's going to be something that they don't really realize until they actually see him in person.
Well, see, and I think what NFL scouts really love about that play is he was willing to go ahead and get down instead of sacrificing his body and taking an unwanted hit.
I do apologize for the scoreboard. We're getting that overlay corrected right now. So it'll be a 2nd and 2 for Shepherd. Inside handoff to Ronnie Brown. He will actually gain the 3 yards needed for a 1st down. It'll be a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line of Slippery Rock. So we definitely will get that overlay taken care of. Right now the score is 20-20 with 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. I will always and continuously update you on the time and distance until we get that overlay corrected. We're working on getting that fixed at this moment. So we have 2 receivers to the left, and we will actually have a motion to Ryan Beach to make it the trips. Ronnie Brown, inside handoff, going to the right side.
Good block,
and
Adam.
He cuts, and Ronnie Brown explodes through, and he's still on his feet, and he is out of bounds at the Slippery Rock 12-yard line.
Man.
And just feed the beast.
And you know something, Keem? I was watching the center there, Adam Steele. He snapped the ball, pulled, and got one heck of a block downfield. Yes. And you love seeing that out of a center.
And the thing about it is, these linemen, they live for this.
Yeah,
They live where the coach says, we're going to depend on you right now. And this is playoff football.
Yeah.
Playoff football is not passing the ball 50 times. Playoff football is lining up and punching you in the mouth while it's cold.
Yeah. At least they got a little warm day today. But, yeah, man. Football is an all-weather sport. Get your head around. Ooh.
And that's a lot of hand fighting. There's a lot of hand fighting right there, but you got to make that catch.
Yeah.
You got to make.
Well, and I like the no call by the ref because, like you said, it was a lot of hand fighting coming from both sides.
Yeah.
So.
And you got it's definitely a good no call, but you got to make that catch. And what we've seen a couple times is when we had that the one pass, I want to say it was to the running back in the first half. The ball goes through his hands, and then right there, as a big receiver, big-time receiver right there, you got to make that catch. And it will be a 2nd and 10 from the 13-yard line with 6 minutes and 18 seconds left. The inside pass to Ryan Beach, get up the field.
Lose any.
And he actually will be down at the 6-yard line, so we will have a 3rd and 4 from the 6. So with 6 minutes left in the third quarter, it'll be 3rd and 4 from the 6-yard line. And let's see if Shepherd feeds Ronnie Brown right here, or if they'll make
he's had a great drive here. I mean, he got 2 critical first downs for him already. So, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked to see if they put the ball in his hands.
You definitely want to get 7 right here. You don't want to get down here and only get 3. Inside handoff to Ronnie Brown. He is met. He spins off inside.
First down.
And it's a first down. And this guy is special.
Whew. Hey.
And it is 20-20 with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. And Shepherd will have a first and goal from the 1.
That right there is your go-to play whenever you want to show somebody, a player turning nothing into something. I mean, that's it right there. I mean, he just literally turned a loss into a gain. So, and like you said, Keem, they have to get some points here.
It has to be 7.
Yeah, and we don't need a field goal. We need to go ahead and get these.
And Bajan keeps it. It'll be a touchdown, a whole herd of Rams.
Yes,
touchdown,
sir.
1-yard quarterback scamper for Tyson Bajan. 26-20, your Shepherd Rams.
And see, that's the type of threat that, Ronnie Brown, they keep giving it to him. He's hurting you the whole drive. And then Tyson is a smart enough player to know, okay, maybe it's time for me to call my number. And that's what he did right there. He made a heck of a play call, and the read was there. So
with 4 minutes and 55 seconds left, we have Shepherd leading 26-20, and this extra point is essential. And you see Slippery Rock right now coming for the block. The ball is snapped. The kick is up, and it is good, but there's 2 flags on the play. And let's see if Shepherd, if it's an offsides on Slippery Rock, if they would have actually taken the penalty and only have the ball at the 1-yard line. So Shepherd declines the penalty, and the score is 27-20 with 4 minutes and 55 seconds left in the third quarter.
And again, for the Martinsburg fans, Huntington just got a big stop on the goal line, and now Huntington has the ball. Scored still tied 7-7.
And just like how this game has been such an amazing game to call and watch, it's the same thing with high school football. You're seeing the better teams in each state, depending on what state you live in: Maryland, Virginia, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Florida. It doesn't matter where it is. The best teams right now are playing. So you're going to see more competitive and more elite and clean football going forward. And a short push punt to number 80. And he takes a knee. He takes a knee after running for 3 yards, which I've never seen that before. And number 84, Kenyon Johnson. He's actually the one's been involved in some of the skirmishes.
And then number 20 is the one who hit him. So, man, they're just out there playing competitive football. So,
yeah. And in that situation right there, if you're gonna call a fair catch, you call it before you start running. I've never seen an individual run 2 yards and take a knee.
Nah. Well, see, and that makes it hard on the kickoff team because you got guys that are running, full-blown speed downhill, and I mean, it's hard to tell somebody to stop.
A little bit of confusion for Shepherd. They're running some players in and off the field.
It looks like we're seeing some different personnel for Shepherd, too.
You're seeing Kyle Sheets in motion, and you actually will bring him out into the flats. And that's a
ball.
great ball. And a pass to number 1,
man.
Cohen Russell, for a first down. And Shepherd's defensive backfield is having problems covering this Slippery Rock offense. So I think going forward, you're going to see how some of these better teams are going to try to start exploiting some of the pass coverages. So it'll be a first and 10 at the 41-yard line with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Slippery Rock with the ball. Send it tight end in motion. Kyle Sheets by himself to the top. You have trips to the left. The pass to Kyle Sheets. He stiff arms him. It gets to the outside, and it'll be a good strong gain of 7 yards.
Good-looking receiver, King, man. 6'4", 220, long arms, and he has a very long stride as well.
I don't know, because I'm a couple years older than you.
Yeah.
Do you remember David Boston from Arizona?
No.
This guy was a tank, man.
Yeah.
Google him.
I will. I'm going to have to Google him tonight.
2nd and 3 for Slippery Rock. The play fake. Oh, he hit. And
that's what you need to capitalize.
And that's
man.
the play right there where you would hope that there's somebody in the middle of the field that can pick that pass off. Because what it seems like in a game like this, that one turnover that the team can capitalize and get 7 could be the determining factor.
A turnover there for Shepherd would have been huge, man. But, I mean, we've got 3rd down. We need to get a stop here. And, you know, obviously put some more points on the board.
And let me say, the Shepherd Rams, 3rd and 3. Let's see if Shepherd can get off the field. The crowd is hyped. The crowd is emotional. Let's see if Shepherd can make the big play.
The star formation here.
Looks like they got away with a little bit.
Oh, yes, sir.
And it would actually be.
Good job, Shep.
Now, we seen the last time that Slippery Rock, in a situation where they were down, they ran that fake. Now, Shepherd will be a little bit more prepared for it this time, but having the ball at the 50-yard line or the 48-yard line, Shepherd has to be cognizant.
They're just going to keep their defense.
Rocks.
Yeah, they're just going to keep their defense this time. You're not going to run another fake on us.
And you can just tell by the setup of how things work for Slippery Rock, how those plays can work. So Slippery Rock back to punt. They send their gunner in motion. Punt is up.
Leave it alone, yep.
And he fair catches it at the 8-yard line, and Shepherd will take over 1st and 10 at the 8-yard line with 3 minutes and 42 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And Brandon, this is exactly the type of game, you know, that we thought we were going to see.
Yeah. Well, and we called it before the game. This game's going down to the wire. Shepherd obviously needs to put some points on the board here after getting a huge stop like that. But I mean, these are 2 exceptional football teams, well coached, well disciplined. I mean, I think in the first half we only had 5 penalties, which is, I mean, that's not bad for you know, all this crazy atmosphere here. You know, emotions involved and everything of that nature. So
it will be a 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line with 3 minutes and 42 seconds left. You have 2 receivers to the left side, and the umpire comes in. Right now, it's probably more so a TV timeout. They're not allowed to start, but now they started. Inside handoff to Ronnie Brown, and he is bottled up.
Oh, no, he's not either.
Oh, wow.
That's the thing about Ronnie Brown. I don't know. He might be bottled up, but somehow he learns how to get out of it, man.
When you seen that play, and you guys watch that play on Home Team Sports TV, you will realize that it looked like he was totally bottled up. And next thing you know, you just see him just pop out in the middle.
Man, and that's the type of player he is, where he literally will turn nothing into something. And I love watching a player like him, and it looks like we're going to see a little bit of Holly here.
And actually, we haven't seen much of Hartman today, so
no,
I wonder if Hartman is healthy. So now it will be a false start for Shepherd. So they gain 8 yards and they will lose 3. So essentially that 1st down play now only turns into a gain of 3 yards. So it will be a 2nd and 8. Actually, a 2nd and 7, my apologies. 2nd and 7 from the 12-yard line. And that's around the 2nd penalty we've had.
Mm-hmm.
2nd and 8 from the 12-yard line. A pass to Darrell Walker, and he pretty much gains that yards they just lost back, so it will be a 3rd and short.
Yeah, needs to put something together here and get some positive yardage.
So it will be a 3rd and 1 from the 19-yard line. And we see a cramp on number 2 for Slippery Rock. Jacob Williams, the redshirt senior out of Fairlawn, Ohio, out of Ashland. And we will have a timeout on the field. And these players are giving everything they got. They're giving everything they have. And we know how physical football is. So to be able to watch these Titans on the field, it's hard not to root for all these players to be successful in what they do. And hopefully we can get Mr. Williams back on the field, get some Gatorade in him or some fluids in him.
Well, I don't think anybody thought it was going to be this hot today either, Keem. So that might take some, take that into consideration as well. So, but like you said, they're out there battling, man. Everyone is going full speed every play. So, it's not anything new to see a cramp here.
No, it's not. But it's crazy. You typically don't see that
this far in the season. Yeah.
So
he might not have been prehabbing his body like he should have with the water and everything of this week. So
potassium.
Yep.
I know. I used to love eating bananas before.
Yeah, pickles, bananas, man. I used to have my Pedialyte. I used to drink Pedialyte before games, which really helped with the cramping. So
it is 3rd and 1 for the 18-yard line, and we'll see if it's going to be an inside handoff to Mr. Holly.
There it is.
And Bajan keeps it.
Upfield. Good.
It'll be a 1st and 10 Shepherd from the 32-yard line, and we are seeing the athleticism of Tyson Bajan today.
And like you talked about, Keem, I mean, he is obviously a pocket passer, but running is something he can do if he needs to. So. Good ball.
And he just didn't have his balance.
Yeah, and as a receiver, ball over your head, you never want to catch it with your hands facing upwards. You want to go ahead and put those pinkies together and catch it in the breadbasket. So, and that's something as a freshman, he's just going to learn all of those little things down the road, and it's just going to make him that much more of a better football player.
And that play right there as well, you want to run under the ball. You know, I think he kind of looked back a little too early and didn't trust that he was going to be able to drop that ball into the bucket.
Got 2nd and 10 here, Keem.
2nd and 10 from the 32-yard line with 1 minute and 25 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Bajan with 3 receivers to the left side. He gets outside, and he pump fakes, and it'll be a 1st down for Shepherd University. And once again, Tyson Bajan has used his legs to be able to extend the play, extend those drives, because those are hidden 1st downs right there.
Well, and that's 2 1st downs by him rushing that you don't see very often, which is awesome to see from him. And, you know, if there are any scouts in the stands, they're loving that, to see that he is mobile, can move when need be. But I think he's going to put something together with his arm here and put another one in the end zone. He is only 1 away from tying, I believe, the all-time NCAA the Division I, which is Case Keenum, which is 155. So I think he's only 1 more away.
And they send a blitz right there, and a great pass. You got to make that play.
Got to see it in, man.
You got to make that play. And what I'm saying is this. This is a big possession for Shepherd University. You get a touchdown right here, and you make it a very, very, very tough sled for Slippery Rock.
Well, you see how good Shepherd's defense is playing today. Slippery Rock does not want to go down by 14 points. So
yeah, and as the big tight end right there, Mr. Walker, you
got to make
that play right there. Yeah. But in these types of games, those plays are key.
Yes, big time.
So 37.8 seconds left on the clock in the 3rd quarter. Tyson Bajan scans the field, and he throws a great pass to number 0, Alfonso Ferre, and it'll be a 1st and 10
and
Shepherd. This is Tyson Bajan taking over the game right now.
Yeah, well, and something about Shepherd that I love is how many different receivers they get involved in the passing game. You got number 81, he's a freshman. You got number 3, number 7, 0,
but
Brian Walker, man.
The quarterback
and that's just the coaching staff trusting that, hey, I have a quarterback that's going to make all the right reads and make great throws. So as long as you can catch the ball, he's going to put it where it needs to be.
And I always love putting up that 4.
Yeah, fourth quarter, man.
Because this is the championship quarter. And in boxing, they call it the championship round.
Yeah.
But this is the championship quarter. So at the end of 3, we have the Shepherd Rams 27 and Slippery Rock Pride 20. We will take a quick commercial break from Home Team Sports TV. This is Akeem Holmes with my co-host Brandon Hassenfelter. Thank you for allowing us into your living rooms.
A vision. At Shepherd University, you'll join a journey that began over 100 years ago and is still going strong. Make your ideas into something real. and transform your vision into opportunity. 79 fields of study, surrounded by over 300 acres of pristine West Virginia, close to Washington, D.C. Start your journey here. Shepherd University. Don't just dream, do.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours. In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity.
We have a 1st and 10 for the Shepherd Rams at the Slippery Rock 43. My name is Akeem Holmes, joined by my co-host Brandon Ashenfelter, and we're bringing you live from Rams Stadium, Division II playoff action between the 11-1 Shepherd Rams and the 10-2 Slippery Rock Pride. So after coming back from a commercial break from the NCAA, who we definitely graciously appreciate allowing us to broadcast this game, it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 43. 2 receivers to the left. Inside handoff to Ronnie Brown. Great shifty play. Holding on Shepherd University will bring this back. And those plays, when they're built to go to the inside and then you bust those to the outside, those wide receivers aren't really blocking for you to get out there, and that's the reason why that type of play does happen. So it'll be a 10-yard penalty on Shepherd, and it will repeat 1st down. Now, if that's a spot foul, it might end up being more like a 1st and 15 as opposed to a 1st and 20, but we will see what happens. Ooh, yeah. So actually, it will be a holding penalty from the spot that it was initially at. So it will be a 1st and 20 from the 42-yard line now of Shepherd. So with 14 minutes and 50 seconds left, it'll be a 1st and 19 actually from the 47-yard line. And a great play.
Ball. Good. Go up and get it.
But number 83
to go up and get
University. Go up, big man. Daryl Harper. 1st and 10 Rams.
Akeem, that is, again, another receiver that they've put in the offense that's making big plays for him, man.
And the thing about it is he made the play. And to be able to win in evenly matched games, you need your better players to be able to make those plays that you don't typically or normally make.
Man.
And right there, he made
that right there is
play.
Textbook for high pointing the football.
And
he went up and got that.
That was amazing. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for Shepherd at the 16-yard line with 14 minutes left in the 4th quarter. 3 wide receivers to the right side. They just bring a blitz to the outside.
Oh, I think that was miscommunication. He wanted you to stay. Yep.
And he did want him to stay, but that play was also sped up by the blitz by Slippery Rock. And Slippery Rock right now is bringing a little bit more pressure, knowing how important this possession is. If Shepherd goes up 14 in the 4th quarter, it's going to be kind of tough sledding to come back and win this game.
I didn't realize number 83 is only a freshman.
He's only a freshman.
So you got number 81 and number 83 for Shepherd coming back next year. Both freshmen getting big-time minutes like this. Man, I can't wait to see them down the road.
Inside handoff to Ronnie Brown. And then we use the sidelines as friend.
Ooh.
And that's actually great defense by Slippery Rock to be able to spin and continue to push that play to the outside and not give Ronnie Brown that seam that he wanted to be able to plant his foot and go. So it will be a 3rd down and 10 from the 16-yard line. And this would be a big stop for Slippery Rock because in Division II football, 40-yard field goals are not, automatics.
Yeah.
So with 13 minutes left and 22 seconds, we have a 3rd and 9 from the 15-yard line.
Slippery Rock's bringing the pressure, so you're going to have somebody open. Yes, it is. Yes, sir.
And that's a great tackle. And that's a great tackle by Slippery Rock. So Shepherd will be forced to punt 4th and 5 from the 10-yard line.
Goal, yeah. Get the field goal.
And like you said, Brandon, what you want to see is the receiver catch the ball and
just
immediately
going,
turn up the
man.
field
Yeah.
and make him make that play. But Shepherd will send their field unit up for a chance to go up 10, make this a 2-possession game. And let's see if Shepherd can actually get this field goal in. He looks back.
Snap
is
hold,
up.
kick.
The kick is up, and the kick is good. And
That's
Shepherd,
big right there. That's huge.
Shepherd
man.
30, Slippery
That
Rock
is
20
huge.
with 12 minutes and 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And not only was that kick good, that kick had a lot of legs.
Yes, it did. Well, and that something about that kicker is, too, he has a very strong leg, and he's actually won, 2 football games late with field goals? So
Jacob Hayne, the redshirt sophomore out of Fairfax, Virginia, with a great kick. And Shepherd will take the 2-possession lead. Now, if I'm not mistaken, if I know the game as much as I think I know the game, Slippery Rock will come out with a little bit more pace.
Yeah,
this next possession.
Down
They'll
10,
come out
you
with a
have
little
to.
bit of no huddle, to getting on the ball fast and putting pressure on Shepherd's defense to make that big stop.
Well, we're really going to see what Grover is made of here, because it's a critical moment where they have to put some points on the board. And if they don't, obviously this game can get a little bit out of hand. So I think that with the player that he is, he's mentally prepared to go into this drive to put some points on the board.
Yeah, and I think for Shepherd, the key for them going forward is to get Ronnie Brown even more involved than he has been.
Run that clock, baby.
And
Run
the
that
ball
clock.
and run the clock.
Yep.
And for Slippery Rock, it is, trying to make these successful plays. And I like what he just did. He got the ball. He knows he's not going to game break it and get a 65, 70-yard return.
Put his shoulder down,
but he put his shoulder down and got what he could. And now Slippery Rock takes over in pretty good territory at the 35-yard line with 12 minutes and 29 seconds left. There's a lot of time on the clock.
I think they're going to go to their big-time player here and go ahead and see if we can take a shot with Sheets. That's what I would do. If I was a Slippery Rock coach, I would try to just go ahead and see if that big play can help us and, play the next down if it doesn't. So,
and the thing about it is Slippery Rock's had a lot of success with the 5-wide empty set.
Yeah, they love it, man. That's how that's a testament to how good their quarterback is. So
the RPO to number 1.
Good job,
Cohen Russell,
Shep.
and that's a great tackle by the Shepherd cornerback, number 24, Terrell Lindsay, the 5'9" sophomore out of Clinton, Maryland, out of Gwynn Park High School.
I got a couple teammates that I had at Fairmont. We actually had a handful of them from Gwynn Park, so they produced some football players up there. I think that's where Trey Sullivan actually went to, who got unsigned free agent deal a couple years ago. Yep.
He played in the NFL for a couple years.
Started a couple games, man.
So Shepherd's definitely been a very productive football university that's produced some amazing talent that has been able to now transition into the NFL.
At this point, Shepherd is a premier D2 football program. Yes. They have been in the past, had a couple years where they, didn't fall off, but weren't in the talks that they are, top 5 in the country. But man, if you're not going D1, you're not getting those type of looks, man. This is about as good D2 football as you get.
And it'd be a 3rd and 2. Send the tight end in motion to the left side. Scans the field. Silent clap. Inside handoff to Christian Dior. And he lowers his shoulder. And actually, it looks like it could be a little bit short.
I don't know. They might give it to him.
It could be a little short.
They're giving it to him.
So they gave him the first down. Yeah. So it'll be a 1st and 10. But I just seen the PSAC.
Come on, Kyle Smith.
I seen the PSAC officials moving the chains. You're not supposed to move those chains until the officials give you that go ahead. Yeah. So the defensive end for Shepherd.
It's like Kyle Smith's down.
So we definitely
looks like Haley went down there too. Number 7. I see him limping over to the sideline. Keyshawn Haley.
And it's always tough when legs get rolled up and you're in there in a big pile. That's typically where you have those injuries. But it looks like they're dealing with his elbow right now. So definitely grateful that it's not his legs.
And for you people at home who want to keep up to date with the Martinsburg-Huntington game, we got Huntington 14, Martinsburg 7, Huntington with the football. So not what we were expecting there, but hopefully Martinsburg can turn it around.
And I think with Huntington has been preparing for this Martinsburg team since they got shellacked last year.
Yeah, they've had a sour taste in their mouth since that state championship game.
So, for the Martinsburg fans that have been able to tune into both broadcasts, to stay tuned and see what happens. So it will be a 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line.
The game for something.
Well, when you're in the NCAA and you're in the playoffs, these games are all nationally broadcasted. So the television does come into play. So they have to make sure that they run their TV timeouts and they do everything properly. So it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 49 with 11 minutes left.
It'd be huge to get a turnover here, King.
They send number 1 Cohen Russell in motion.
Kyle Sheets double
move.
Oh, my goodness.
Throws him.
And Malik Holloway with the pressure, man. That's really what changed that throw, because that could have been a touchdown.
And that double move was vicious,
man. And just watching him, because I watched him from start to finish there, he is a great route runner.
He's only
a junior. Tell. Is he?
He's only a junior, so he will come into next year being under consideration for Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah,
preseason.
He's a kid that obviously I would force feed him the ball this year, but as a senior, I'm going to try to get him the ball as many ways as possible.
Yeah, because you're not going to have Noah Grover forever.
No,
and he's a senior this year. And that's a great play. It looked like it was a little bit of a holding. It looked like a little bit of a holding on number 4, but I love how the officials are letting them play. So now it will be
from both sides. So
exactly. So now it will be a 3rd and 6 from the Shepherd 48-yard line with 10 minutes and 37 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And being down 10, this could actually be two-down territory.
Oh, I think it's a certainty at this point.
And they go to that empty set right here that Shepherd has struggled with. Let's see if Shepherd can generate some kind of pressure. Oh, he steps back.
Good move, man.
And it actually worked for him that time, but he almost cost himself a first down.
Well, see, and that's the thing with those little shifty receivers. They're going to try to do whatever they can to make the big play, but sometimes you just need to take what they're giving you and just go ahead and get the yards and just play the next play. So,
but you got to think, when you're coming in from a defensive lineman, you just want to make sure you get him down. So it didn't seem like he attacked through his body like he would initially do, in a running back inside the tackles.
Man, I know it doesn't get any better than this with a Saturday football game. The sun is beaming. It's nice out. Players are hyped, man.
And it is a 1st and 10 and another short pass. And see that shifty move right there? And it'll be a 1st and 10 Slippery Rock from the Shepherd Rams 25-yard line. So with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left, Slippery Rock is driving.
Yeah. See, and we talked about it earlier, too. Slippery Rock has so many different athletes that their offense is scary. It really is.
And Cohen Russell has quietly had an amazing game for Slippery Rock. So Slippery Rock will go back. They will go out of that 5-wide set and put a running back in the backfield. Inside handoff to Christian Dior. And he sees a lot of space. And he's still on his feet. And it'll be a 1st and 10 Slippery Rock from the 2-yard line.
That is a kid that knows where he wanted to get with that football, man.
Yes. So they'll put their big back in right now, number 41, Isaiah Williams. And Slippery Rock is knocking at the door with 8 minutes and 50 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And this is the type of comeback possession that Slippery Rock needed. Remember the last time in this situation, it was hard for Slippery Rock to get in. So they take Kyle Sheets out. And now we see the officials come in. And since they had time to make the substitution, they have to give Shepherd time to make the substitution as well.
Downhill.
Inside handoff, and he is bottled up.
Good job.
And like I said earlier, Shepherd was very stout last time Slippery Rock was down there.
Yeah. Well, Shepherd needs to get a stop here. Obviously, they might kick the field goal, but they don't need a touchdown. They need to just go ahead and, if they can get a stop, block a field goal. But if they can hold them to 3 points, that'll be huge as well.
And right now it will be a 2nd and 3 from the 3-yard line with 7 minutes and 51 seconds left. You see 2 receivers to the left, and they will actually send a power set to the left side. Inside handoff number 23. He is met. He still tries through, and that's going to be a touchdown for Slippery Rock. Actually, they say he's down at the 1.
Down. I like that call.
But that was such a strong run.
Yes, it was.
That was a very strong run for Slippery Rock. And Slippery Rock is hurrying up and getting on the line right now. 7 minutes and 26 seconds left. I wonder if it's going to be a quarterback sneak right
Most
here.
likely. That's what everyone does in this situation. Oh.
And that was...
He scored. Touchdown.
And touchdown Slippery Rock. And you see on that play, he didn't initially just bow through the middle.
Yeah.
He actually
tried to take
got
it
to the outside a little bit.
It scared me at first. I said, oh, man, I don't know why he did that. But, hey, it worked in their favor, so.
Well, because Shepherd was bringing so much pressure up the middle that the all the linebackers were going through the A and B gaps.
Yeah.
So now the score is 30-26, and it'll be a big extra point. Because you guys remember, the score is 30-26 right now because Slippery Rock missed an extra point.
Yeah.
So they actually got 4 touchdowns. So let's see if Slippery Rock can convert. The ball is snapped. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And the score is 30-27 with 7 minutes and 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shepherd 30, Slippery Rock 27.
And this is the game that we all thought we were going to see today, man. So
and this is the type of game that we all wanted. And right now, Shepherd has to be keen on the onside kick.
Yeah.
And they also have to make sure they maintain the level of aggression offensively, because as I stated earlier, you do want to feed Ronnie Brown, be able to take some time off the clock. Slippery Rock and Shepherd both have 3 timeouts. So all you really need essentially right now is 2 minutes, and you can get in the end zone.
Yeah.
Because in college football, the clock stops on a first down.
Well, and I think Slippery Rock right now is trusting their defense that they might just go ahead and kick it deep and, say my defense is better than your offense, so we're going to see what we can do.
So now we have 7 minutes and 13 seconds left with Slippery Rock about to kick off, and it will be a big possession, the biggest offensive possession for Shepherd University this season, to be able to run some time off. But not only run time off, if you can get 7 on this possession, you end the game.
Yeah.
They
need, even if they go down and, get some points. Field goal, they need 7, but we'll take a field goal. But they just need to put something together here. Looks like they want to keep the ball out of Ronnie Brown's hands. I would too, though.
And he fills the ball, and he gets to the 21-yard line. And Slippery Rock has been a lot more successful. I think they have a little bit more explosion back there on their kick returners, as opposed to what Shepherd has. Since obviously, you kick the ball away from Ronnie Brown, who's Shepherd's game breaker, and other receivers haven't taken the balls hard, up in there.
I think Slippery Rock's overall team speed might be, a little bit faster than what Shepherd is, but Shepherd has their athletes too.
So it is a 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. You see 2 receivers to the right, Ronnie Brown to Tyson Baden's left. Single receiver to that side. And we'll see a timeout for Slippery Rock, and the coach is going nuts. And I love it because this is passion.
Yeah.
When you see that passion in the coach's sideline, and each team is hungry, especially with both of these teams, okay? You have Noah Grover on one side, who's a senior. You have Tyson Bajan on the other side, who's a senior. These are the 2 best quarterbacks in your conference.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks like these 2 don't come often.
No.
So when you have them, especially knowing that this potentially could be their last game, you definitely give everything you got, because you can't take great quarterbacks like this for granted.
No. And we talked about it a little bit in pregame too, Keem, but the underclassmen and those guys standing beside guys like these 2 quarterbacks who are leaders, it just makes them want to go that much harder.
So you see trips to the right side. Ronnie
Tyson
Brown
barking out some play.
Inside handoff to Ronnie Brown. Boop, boop. And that's a great play by Slippery Rock because they know what Shepard wants to do. And the thing about Ronnie Brown is he just needs this one slither.
Yeah.
And he can bust through and make it a big play. But that's still a gain of 4 right there. And number 8, Mr.
He's down.
Adewara. He's down holding his shoulder or elbow.
Like shoulder, yep.
We definitely hope he's okay. But man, I tell you what, the physicality of that defensive end position.
Yeah, no, you could.
Is it's difficult. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. Team Holmes and Brandon Essenfelter from Home Team Sports TV. We'll be right back.
Champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you.
And we are back, 30-27. Shepard with 6:46 left. It'll be a 2nd and 7 from the 25-yard line. We'll see 2 receivers to the right, 1 seam receiver to the left. See number 3 in motion for Shepard, Mr. E.J. Morgan. And he gets the pass, and it's a first down Rams at the 35-yard line. And that is a great play call by the offensive coordinator for Shepard.
Yeah, and obviously you get some people going in motion. It just makes everything, a little different for the defense. And E.J. Morgan, correct, if I'm not mistaken?
E.J. Morgan with a great play right there. So now it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line with 6 minutes and 19 seconds left. And you really want Tyson to kind of let the clock drain.
Yeah, we gotta.
You don't want to call it too far out. And Ronnie Brown gets to the outside. And if it wasn't for number 4 coming in, he was about to be gone.
And did you see that, man? And that's just the type of player he is. He is electric. I mean, I know people come to see old Tyson Bagent in this Shepard football program, but number 30 makes it interesting.
He's this. He has the athletic ability to go with being borderline crazy.
Yeah, well, he got some swag to him too.
He definitely has some swagger to him.
You see him out there, dancing around and
he's having
talking
fun.
a little smack.
He's having fun out there.
You can tell he has fun with the game of football. So we got Huntington leading Martinsburg at the half too, 14-7. So
that's a great play right there.
See, and that's something Tyson gives you is just how smart he is. He probably knew from the jump that he was throwing that RPO. So,
and the thing about it as well, having a quarterback like Tyson Bagent makes it easier for a running back.
Oh, no doubt about it.
When teams have to worry about intellectual plays like that, they have to worry about a quarterback that can punish you the whole 100 yards, every ounce of the field. It makes it easier for a running back. And I think both of these players will thank each other in the future for the type of careers that they're having. So Slippery Rockets seem like he's bringing a little bit of pressure. Under 5 minutes left. Ronnie Brown with the handoff. He makes a move, cover that ball up.
Yep.
It'll be a 1st and 10 Shepard at the 25-yard line.
Get that clock running, and
you don't want to see him come off the field. Keep feeding the beast. And Slippery Rock has 3 timeouts, so a field goal for them doesn't bother them.
No,
they don't want to give up 7.
Well, and that's what Shepard needs. They need to put this 6 on the board and get an extra point.
Yeah, Shepard needs 7 to put this game away. So 4 minutes left and 8 seconds in the 4th quarter. It'll be a 1st and 10 Shepard Rams, and this is what I want from Shepard.
What a ball!
That's
holding! Oh my gosh!
Wow.
And he's standing right there. I don't understand how you don't see that one.
Wow.
I mean, he literally tugged. Look at his shoulder pad. You can see. I don't get that one. I mean, I guess maybe the ref saw some equal, hand fighting, but I don't understand that one.
Wow.
Man.
That's definitely amazing. That's definitely amazing.
And hats off to the referees, because I referee basketball, and it's not an easy job to be a referee, especially over here by this, the Ram Pavilion. I know they are giving it to him for not calling that.
But to be able to not see that, that's pretty bad. So it'll be a second and 10, inside handoff. And that's a great tackle.
Yeah.
That's a great tackle by Slippery Rock. And see that play, that missed call right there was huge.
Yeah.
Because not only do you not get the call, you also lose a play. So now it's going to be 2nd and 8 from the 24-yard line. And we got third and 8 from the Shepherd 24-yard line. And honestly, like I said, you don't want to go for a field goal right here.
No.
This could be 2-down territory for Shepherd.
Well, I guess it's one of those coaches' decisions. Do you want to take the points, or do you just want to go ahead? With Slippery Rock missing an extra point already and it getting blocked, I mean, maybe you'll just take the points and see what you can do.
And he didn't see it, so now it'll be 3rd and 8. Let's see what Shepherd does right here, because like we said before, 3 points doesn't matter. 3 points doesn't matter at all, because you can still go out there and they score a touchdown and you'll lose by 1.
Yeah.
So
I think
it's a huge play. I think it's smart to go.
And they're going to go for it. It looks like they're going to go for it. Maybe they'll try to get them off sides. And
so now it'll be a big 4th down, a 4th and 8 from the 24-yard line with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left. And this is a big play. Tyson Bajan. He's sending him the motion. Shepherd takes the snap.
Good ball, young man. Oh, he wasn't down? Okay.
So it's a 1st down, and for everyone at home, look at the poise from Tyson Bajan, and let's keep it real. That's the reason why he is one of the greatest Division II quarterbacks to ever come out there.
Man.
Now, what you really want to see going forward is you want to see Shepherd, yes, go ahead and be excited, but you want to have the composure now to put in 7.
Yeah.
You still don't want to give them 6, because with 3 timeouts left, 1 minute, 2 minutes is enough for Slippery Rock to be able to drive down there and score a touchdown. Shepherd needs to put the ball into the end zone.
Indeed.
So 2.5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Inside handoff to Ronnie Brown. And a holding on Shepherd. 2 holding penalties, and it will be a 1st and 20 from the 20-yard line. Now let me say something. Now, you don't want a holding penalty, but you still get another 1st down.
Yeah.
Now, you're going to start forcing Slippery Rock to call their
timeouts. Use their timeout.
Going forward.
Yeah.
But also with 20 seconds, with 1st and 20, you open it up for that passing game again.
Yeah.
Because you can't just go run.
No.
And then be in the same position again to try to kick a field goal. You really have to put in 7 to walk away from this game knowing that, hey, we should win this game going forward, because a field goal is not going to cut it. 2 minutes and 21 seconds left in the 4th quarter. The clock is ticking. And we will see the referee call a time. So he says, please put 2 minutes and 21 seconds left back on the game
6
clock.
seconds.
So I think what he doesn't want to happen, and now the clock will run from 2:21.
Yep.
Well, actually, the clock is not running at all. So it will essentially be like a timeout for Shepherd.
All right, let's go, man. We got 12.
So you have 2 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Inside handoff to Ronnie Brown.
Good block, Joey.
And a good blocking by Shepherd.
And there he goes. He's going to start calling his timeout.
Slippery Rock called the timeout. So with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left, it would be a 2nd and 15. Well, actually a 2nd and goal from the 15-yard line. And this has been an amazing game, man.
I think, these fans in the stadium, they're definitely getting what they paid for, and everybody watching from home. This is why we are thankful and fortunate enough that the NCAA and Shepherd University brought us in to broadcast a game like this, because we know that not everybody's going to be able to travel here to Shepherdstown. So the fact that we can give them, the same feel, sitting right from their couch is awesome. So. And I think right now, I wouldn't be opposed to maybe taking a shot. I know we want to get out of here, but you got somebody like Tyson Bagent that's been throwing it around all day to different receivers. I mean, I wouldn't mind go ahead and calling something deep in the passing play game. And
I mean, with 2 timeouts left, and like we said, the clock stops after every first down.
Because you want to score.
It doesn't matter if they have timeouts left.
Yeah.
Like, you got to score a touchdown.
You need to score.
So I definitely would be aggressive. I might, my offensive mind, number 3, he's an inside receiver.
Yeah.
Ronnie Dorsey. I'm going to run a corner route with him.
Yeah. Well, and they've been successful with that play all game. So the little smoke concept. Let's see, they're going to bring him in motion, and you might, just throw it out of bounds, man. Throw it out of bounds. You don't need to do nothing.
Yeah. Don't go out of bounds.
Yeah, you don't want to go out of bounds.
And that definitely wasn't what you wanted right there.
But he's living to play another down, and I mean, I guess essentially it's like an incompleted pass anyway. So
now with 2:08 left, it will be a 3rd and goal from the 19-yard line.
Man.
And right there, it goes to show also, we talked about the rollouts. You take away a whole side of the field.
Yeah.
So let's see if they do run that concept when they run him on a post corner right here to Mr. Dorsey.
Ronnie Brown. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Great ball, Mr. Bagent.
And it's a touchdown for Shepherd.
And I think that is him tying the Case Keenum record for the most touchdown passes.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm speechless right now. I am speechless right now. Now, I know I'm saying words. Which is actually the opposite of speechless. But that was
what a ball.
Amazing play, an amazing ball. And Tyson Bagent essentially just took them out.
And that's just the type of player that he is, man. He's cool, calm, and collective. He knew what his team needed from him in this pivotal moment in a football game, and he did what they have to do. They needed points, and they got them. So.
And that was an amazing throw and an even more amazing catch. And the kick is up, and it is good. And your Shepherd Rams are leading 37-27 with 1 minute and 43 seconds left. That was a great ball right there. And I'll tell you this, to be able to watch the game like this, to see 2 great quarterbacks, we got 1 minute and 43 seconds left. Slippery Rock has something up their sleeve. They have 2 timeouts left.
Well, they have the athletes to break something loose, and we've seen that all day.
And they do. And to be completely honest with you, even though they get 7, and it's the 7 that we talked about.
Yeah.
We watch a lot of football. We know what a field goal does. A field goal, you go down there, the team comes down, score a touchdown, and you go home with a heartbreaker and a gut punch. They actually did what they needed to do. But with 1:43 left and 2 timeouts, you would be crazy to count out Slippery Rock right now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're down, a score and a field goal, so you're essentially 2 possessions. So they're going to have to get some type of quick score if they do want to make this game competitive down the line.
So with 1 minute and 43 seconds left, another slip kick. Oh, wow, they let the ball slip through. Number 1 has been close to breaking it multiple times, but he is bottled up this time.
And I think
Shepherd is excited.
Shepherd's excitement right now, just the emotions are through the roof, and they want to get out of here with a win. So
with 1:39 left, Slippery Rock has 2 timeouts. The key right now for Shepherd is you have to make Slippery Rock take time off the field. So even if you go 2 deep, 3 deep, you want to keep the ball under those under routes, and make them use time up every single time. Yeah, you also can't give them 10 yards because that stops the play. It stops the clock.
Well, and I think everybody here got what they paid for, and I just this atmosphere is electric. This game was awesome to see. Ooh.
And that's a great play by Noah Grover. But the fact that he dove down before he got 10 is going to cost Slippery Rock at least 10 seconds. So they do. I do apologize. Slippery Rock has one timeout left, which makes it even more of a daunting task.
And they're
outside. And he actually was out of bounds. If you see the referee, he threw his hat. So even if he caught the ball, he couldn't be the first person to touch the ball. So it would have been incomplete anyways. So now we have a 3rd and 2 from the 35-yard line. Slippery Rock has trips to the right side. Kyle Sheets is by himself to the left. Look over to the coach. He wants to make sure he calls the right play since it's such an integral play to the rest of the season. And I will look to see if they probably get the running back out into the flats a little bit. Inside handoff to Chris Dior, and he busted through. And this kid is so quick and shifty.
Man. Speedy.
And a 1st and 10 Slippery Rock at the 50-yard line with 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. Actually, they bring it back 2 yards, so they'll be at the 48-yard line, so they're not exactly at midfield. 1 minute, 8 seconds left. And he stays he gets out of bounds. I was going to say, he got to realize that's a smart play by him. So with 1 minute and 2 seconds left, the Slippery Rock offense is in Shepherd territory at the 46-yard line. And it will be a 2nd and 2 from the 46. In other action, IUP is leading Ashland 12-7 with 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
That's a good game going on there too, huh?
So if that score holds up, Shepherd will go to IUP next week.
It's a revenge match.
And that's a great throw right there.
Goodness gracious, good ball.
And it'll be a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line with 56.3 seconds left. And like I said, that field goal was not going to be enough.
Man.
Not with Noah Grover out there.
He's as good as advertised. I was watching a little bit of film on him this week, reading some articles, and like you said, we've got 2 of the best quarterbacks in the conference right here.
Trips to the right, single receiver to the left side.
There he is.
Another
good ball.
And what I'm seeing is they're running a lot of these out routes and these little small post corners to find the hole in the gap. And with 51.7 seconds left, Slippery Rock is in the red zone.
So obviously they need to score here.
And they need
an onside kick to get it back.
And they need to score the next couple plays.
Yeah.
So they're actually making some subs.
Son.
And it'll be a 1st and 10 for Slippery Rock at the 9. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. He scans the field.
Good ball.
Inside. And the ball is batted away. And the ball is picked off by Shepherd University. And is it inbounds or out of bounds? We'll see. And it'll be a touchback.
Oh, he said he didn't catch it.
Okay.
Wow.
Now, I know in the playoffs there is replay. And actually it's going to be Shepherd ball. So it would be a touchback for Shepherd. And
that's ball game.
And that would be ball game. And Shepherd University, there haven't been many turnovers, but Shepherd University has made the big plays. And for Slippery Rock, a great season will end today. Slippery Rock will end the season at 10-3. Shepherd will continue to go on, and if the score continues the way that it is, they will travel to IUP next week for the Section 1, Region 1 championship. For the fans watching high school sports, the Martinsburg Bulldogs are losing 14-7 at halftime. And this has just been an amazing game. It's just, I'm just grateful to be a part of Home Team Sports TV, to bring this broadcast to the school that I love so much and to the community that I love so much. Tyson Bajan is in the victory formation, and they take a knee. And everyone knows who our player of the game will be. The player of the game will be co-players of the game. Number 2, Tyson Bagent, and number 30, the running back, Ronnie Brown, who both had amazing games this week. And I look forward to seeing how Shepherd adjusts and comes back next week if they have to go to IUP or if Ashland has to come to Shepherdstown, West Virginia and enter Ram Stadium. And right now we have a little bit of extracurricular activities. The game was clean. The game was crisp. You definitely don't want to hear this stuff right now. You don't want to see this stuff. You just hope Shepherd just takes these 2 knees and they get out of here, before the game gets a little bit reckless. And I think, especially knowing these kids that are seniors, and realizing that this is the end of the road for them, it's definitely a hard pill to swallow. And I think that's why you see a little bit of these extracurricular activities and emotion. And right now, the Slippery Rock coaches did the right thing. They took those players out of the game so that the game stays clean and crisp, and they can push forward. And this is what we thought this game was going to be. We knew this game was going to be like this. These are 2 of the best teams in the PSAC, and unfortunately, someone has to lose. And for the Shepherd Rams, fortunately, it wasn't us. Tyson Bates in victory formation takes a knee. Slippery Rock does not have any more timeouts left, so that would be the final kneel. So from Home Team Sports TV, we have your Shepherd Rams 37 and the Slippery Rock Pride 27. Shepherd will advance to the Region 1 championship, and hopefully, we will be able to watch that game from Ram Stadium. So we will take a quick commercial break from Home Team Sports TV. My name is Akeem Holmes with my co-host, Brandon Ashenfelter. To our staff, our producer, Mr. Do-It-All, Harry Brown, Junaidi Amir Ahmed, Shalika Jacobs, Kevin Brewster, Jordan Dragon, and the amazing gourmet chef, H.G. Franklin. We'll take a quick commercial break. Home Team Sports TV.
Takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Every journey begins with a step, an idea, a vision. At Shepherd University, you'll join a journey that began over 100 years ago and is still going strong. Make your ideas into something real and transform your vision into opportunity. 79 fields of study surrounded by over 300 acres of pristine West Virginia, close to Washington, D.C. Start your journey here. Shepherd University. Don't just dream, do.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours. In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
And we are back at Rams Stadium, where we have your Shepherd Rams beating the Slippery Rock Pride 37-27. And we will go over some quick stats. For the Shepherd Rams, their leading receiver is Mr. Dorsey, 5 receptions for 75 yards. Mr. Morgan, 4 receptions for 56 yards and a touchdown. Ronnie Brown, 2 receptions for 52 yards and 1 touchdown. Mr. Foray, 2 receptions, 38 yards. Mr. Harper with the amazing catch. He had 1 catch for 37 yards. Brian Walker, 3 catches for 34 yards. Mr. Dorner, 6 catches for 32. Ronnie Beach for 3 for 30. And Mr. Edlin, 2 for 18. Rushing yards. Ronnie Brown, 20 attempts for 205 yards and a touchdown. And passing yards, a QBR of 146.3. Tyson Bajan is 28 of 45 with a 62.2 completion percentage for 372 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Have a day, kid.
For the defense, Dwayne Grantham leads the team with tackles. He had 7 total tackles. The Jefferson product, well, actually the Martinsburg product, Dwayne Grantham, and the Jefferson product, Nathan Mule, had 7 tackles, 6 solo. Mr. Haley has 6 tackles, and that is, you get to see that the local products are being developed and are being molded and being trained to be very productive at the highest level of D2.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear.
For Slippery Rock offensively, you have Mr. Russell, 10 receptions for 123 yards and 1 touchdown. So Colin Russell had a day, and he's only a junior.
Yeah.
Mr. Hall, he had 3 catches for 85 yards with a long of 61. And the stud, Mr. Sheets, they actually, 3 receptions for 59. They held him down, so it was great. It was great coverage. The rushing game, Mr. Dior, 13 attempts for 84 yards, a 6.1 yard average, and Nathan Grover, quarterback rating of 164.3. He was 23 of 33 with 1 interception and 317 yards and 2 touchdowns.
What a battle.
So those are 2 of the best quarterbacks in Division II. To be able to say in your last game, you're going to walk off the field with a 164.3 QBR against the greatest, if not the greatest, Division II quarterback that we've seen. You went out like a warrior.
Yes, he did.
So, Brandon, this is our second broadcast together. Definitely we enjoy working together.
Indeed.
And we also talked about this game going into the pregame, and we talked about this in our production. This is the game that we wanted.
Yeah.
This is the game that we expected, and they didn't disappoint.
No, they didn't at all, man. Like we were just talking about the exceptional QB play, and how awesome is it for Shepherd University in this community to have someone like Tyson breaking all these, not just Division II records, but all-time NCAA records. I mean, it's just exceptional to hear. First time Harlan Hill winner in Shepherd University history, and then to go on, break the D2 record, and then just tie Case Keenum's, and then hopefully next week, I believe the mark's 157 for the all-time, NCAA mark. So hopefully next week, he goes in and has another great day against IUP and, puts the ball in the end zone.
And the thing about it as well is every single time that Shepherd wins, it gives our fans another chance to be able to witness, this Shepherd Rams offense. With Tyson Bajan and Ronnie Brown together. And this Ronnie Brown, we keep talking about Tyson, and Ronnie Brown could go down as potentially the best running back that Shepherd has had.
They've had some good ones, man, but
it's always hard to compare, generations.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So when we make these comments, for you greats that have graced these uniforms going forward, we're not out here trying to minimize what you did, because every generation has their their opinions.
Yep.
But these two definitely have to go down as two of the greater players at their positions.
Yeah.
And I think that's no cap.
Well, how many yards did you say Ronnie Brown ended with? So he's back-to-back 200-yard games.
Ronnie Brown
right?
had 205 yards rushing it and another 52 yards receiving. And that's why I said our players of the game have to be co-players of the game.
Yeah, I mean,
because there's no way that Ronnie Brown is not a player of the game.
Well, and the thing is Tyson, he had a day, but I mean, just to watch Ronnie Brown with the football in his hands, I mean, he's just so electric that it just, it gets me excited, because you see, he stopped, and then somehow he gets out. So I'm with you. I mean, I believe those two are the player of the games, and then hats off to that offensive line, though, being able to keep Tyson protected with the defensive line that they had. I mean, it's awesome, man. It is awesome.
And you see Slippery Rock, slowly walking off the field, because for some of these players, it's
the last time.
You think about the nostalgia of the last time you walk off the field, and the bonds, that are built. Life, it's never the same, because at the end of the day, there's no way of ever going back and being able to get this kind of camaraderie back. So it's tough for these players that know that it's over for them. That it doesn't matter where you go or what you do after this. You never get to experience something like this, and that's why I'm watching, and I'm actually I feel a level of empathy for these players and compassion.
I definitely do.
And compassion, because. For Noah Grover, man, I mean, let's
had a heck of a career, man.
And let's be real. To be good at quarterback, you have to put in a lot of time and effort, and it starts really, really early.
Well,
so this could be something that he's put his passion into and his heart into since he's 6, and he's 24 years old. So he's 18 years of putting his heart and soul into quarterback, and for most, it ends.
Yeah, well, and I've played a lot of sports in my life, and one thing is there's no other game like the game of football. So I definitely feel for these kids, the ones that this is the last time that they're really going to strap that helmet up and put the shoulder pads on, because, like I talked about before, there's never going to be anything like it. You can go out, you can shoot some hoops, you can play, men's leagues and football, or baseball, basketball, whatever it may be, but you're never going to put the shoulder pads on and lace it up like you did, at the high school or collegiate level. So hats off to the Slippery Rock team, though, because they went out with the bang. Obviously, Shepherd came out on top, but this was a great football game for everybody in attendance and watching at home.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, and doing these broadcasts, for Home Team Sports TV, this could potentially be our last football broadcast of the season. And, this is our first year of doing football. This is our first year of broadcasting. We have not even we started broadcasting games towards the end of January of 2022 or February. And the amount of love and support that we get from our community to keep us going
couldn't do it without them.
Is what makes us excited and makes us want to continue to get better at our jobs. So we really want to take this chance to let the community know that we really appreciate you guys for supporting us, and we cannot wait to be able to continue to bring local high school action and Shepherd Rams action, middle school. If you guys have something that you want us to broadcast, please reach out and let us know. We will do anything to be able to shine that light on our babies and our kids. So from Akeem Holmes and Brandon Ashtonfelter from Home Team Sports, producer Harry Brown, H.G. Franklin II, Janadia Amir Ahmed, Shalinka Jacobs, Kevin Brewster, Jordan Dragon. Good night. God bless you, and peace out.
Yes, sir. You guys have a good one. Thank you for tuning in.
Takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Every journey begins with a step, an idea, a vision. At Shepherd University, you'll join a journey that began over 100 years ago and is still going strong. Make your ideas into something real and transform your vision into opportunity. 79 fields of study surrounded by over 300 acres of pristine West Virginia, close to Washington, D.C. Start your journey here. Shepherd University. Don't just dream, do.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement